What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Flyers watch party here on the Painted Lines. We are live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm your host, Amadeo Grassi. You can follow me along on Twitter at Amadeo Grassi98. I am also the host of the Flyered Up podcast here on the Painted Lines. Definitely go check that out as well. I am joined by many people here today. I'm going to start with my partner in crime, Christopher Mayer, co-host of the Flyered Up podcast. You can follow him on Twitter at underscore Chris Mayer. Also, check out his YouTube pages, Flyers Fan Mania 93. Definitely go check that out. I'm also joined by the man, myth, the legend, Dibes. You can follow him on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. And we also have a new guy joining us here today. We got Gene here. And now with his podcast, Podadelphia, officially part of the Painted Lines. They'll be having their first show tonight at 10 p.m. here on the Painted Lines. Guys, how is everyone doing today? We are ready for Flyers Sabres, 7:30. I just want to get your guys' thoughts. Chris, I want to start with you since it's your first watch party here on Painted Lines.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm very excited to hop on tonight. And, I've never actually done an actual live stream. When the game's going on, a lot of the stuff I do is post-game. So it's going to be fun. And, again, we're hoping for another win here to start off the season.
Yeah, Dibes, how are you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Feeling like this is our first, my first chance to talk some hockey with my guys, the Flyered Up podcast guys. Dude, it's an honor. And we got my man, Gene, from Podadelphia. They are live streaming right after our show here, our live stream. So I'm honored. Let's go Flyers, baby.
And Gene, just welcome to the Painted Lines. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and Podadelphia.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to have the chance to watch the Buffalo Sabres now in the Flyers division, which I feel like that in and of itself deserves its own sort of celebration that we finally were able to get the team that is nearest to Canada into our division. Podadelphia is basically, we like to think of ourselves as like Last Week Tonight, but only specifically for Philadelphia sports. We sort of cover everything. As things go, sometimes we don't know what's going to come out of our mouths even before we start it. Usually whatever plan we have gets thrown out of the window about 30 seconds in. So check us out after the post-game show tonight. We've been at it for a while, but this will be the first time we're going to stream live. So hey, it's like what they say in theater. It's once the curtain goes up, you never know what's going to happen. So we're excited to be part of the group.
And we're excited to have you on here, Gene. Remember, 10 o'clock p.m. is their first live stream here on the Painted Line, so don't forget to check them out. We'll also be live streaming the Flyers game. This is going to be our watch party. We'll be doing that, and they'll be doing our little post-game report after that, so stick to it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Painted Lines. And so, guys, a little bit of big stories coming into this game. So Sean Couturier in the last game against the Pittsburgh Penguins left very early in that game with an undisclosed injury. He got the MRI, and it's a little bit of a rib injury right here, so he's going to miss a couple of weeks here for the Philadelphia Flyers. So that means Morgan Frost is going to slot into the lineup paired with Oscar Lindblom and Travis Konechny. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. So Chris, I want to start with you. What are your thoughts with Morgan Frost entering the lineup now?
I love it. I love that Frost is able to just come in the lineup and kind of be that guy. Obviously, I think it was pretty obvious he was going to get called up. Him being that 13th forward from the beginning. So I feel like for the most part, you might see a couple lineup changes where some guys get more ice time. I think they ran practice today with the G. Hayes-Farabee line, that being the first line, and then putting Patrick's line with Voracek and JVR to the second line, and then Frost centering TK and Lindblom as the third line. So you might see that tonight. But overall, I like the switch. It's tough to fill Kutz's shoes because he does so much. But overall, I think Frost is going to do a good job, and he sounds like that he's pretty excited for the opportunity, though.
And Gene, what are your thoughts on Frost entering the lineup?
Well, the interesting thing is, I think AV said either this week or between the two Pittsburgh games is that he sort of looks at these lines as like line 1A, line 1B, line 1C. That he doesn't really see it as a 1, 2, 3 sort of situation. So I think it's interesting. I think what you can sort of take away from even that comment is whatever lineups you sort of see roll at the beginning of this game, you might see some shuffling as the game goes on when he starts to see chemistry sort of develop. The Flyers have been really good so far, and certainly have looked like they've gotten stronger later in games this season. I mean, it's a sort of a small sample size, but that was sort of the hallmark of last year's team as they got late into the run of being a team that was able to close on people. And I'm really interested with this season. You get to see a lot of teams over and over again. You're going to get a lot of familiarity with teams, and this is a great chance to sort of get to know Buffalo and get a lot of the young guys, Morgan Frost included, get them some quality ice time.
Yeah, and Dibes, just what are your thoughts right here on Morgan Frost joining the lineup?
We've been kind of like gushing over the Nolan Patrick line, and tonight to have my man Morgan Frost play with TK and Oscar Lindblom, man, what an exciting line to watch tonight. TK has been on fire to start this season. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists for a team leading 5 points through these 2 games. This is a guy who had 61 points in a career low 66 games last year. You look at TK and what he's going to do this year. It's extremely exciting. And then you got Oscar Lindblom, who's been nothing but impressive so far through 2 games. But let's talk about Morgan Frost, because this is a 21-year-old who he didn't light the world on fire last year, but I thought he was really impressive, especially offensively. He definitely had flashes, 2 goals, 5 assists, and that debut last year, which was like one of the best goals. It was just one of the highlights of last season. If you look at the line of Morgan Frost, Oscar Lindblom, and TK, just crazy, crazy, crazy potential. I'm psyched to see Morgan Frost in the orange and black tonight.
Yeah, and just other stories that are going into this game. So right now with Shane Gostisbehere, he has been taking off the roster right now, so we still don't know what is wrong with Shane right now. I would assume that it's COVID-related because he was on the COVID reserved list. So right now he was taken off of the roster, and then the Flyers called up for the taxi squad, Connor Bunneman, so he's going to be the extra forward for the time being. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on Gostisbehere right now, just because he hasn't practiced with the team in so long. He was placed on the COVID reserved list. Just like, do you think you have any concerns with Gostisbehere right now? Do you think it's just COVID-related symptoms? Gene, I want to start with you right there.
Well, I just wonder if this is going to be sort of the way this year is going to go, where when these sorts of events creep up with these COVID protocols, are we going to just be sort of, waiting to hear more info? I don't know how much can be revealed and how much can't be revealed. I hope that it's just being precautionary. I hope that it's like contact tracing, or that he's not actually sort of recovering from any sort of ill effects of the virus itself. One of the things going into this season that I was excited to see was sort of the reinvention of Ghost, and see if with sort of the pieces around him, if he could sort of resurrect what was a very, very promising early career. So I hope that all stays on track. I hope that the team can communicate with us as much as they can, information-wise, about what's going on with the protocols. But thankfully, they have the taxi squad sort of situation going. They're able to sort of move people up and down, even though we don't have the AHL up and running quite yet. So it'll be important to start to flex that depth that the Flyers, is one of their advantages right now, is that they're a deep squad.
Yeah, Chris, I want to get your thoughts on that. So what are your thoughts with the Ghost situation right now?
I kind of feel like for the most part, I think it's a tough situation. Obviously him not being able to play doesn't hurt the Flyers or himself. I've talked about it with you before on the podcast, Amadeo, and I've said it many times that I personally think that if he was healthy and, wasn't going through this right now, he'd be playing that first pair with Provorov. I think that's kind of what it was, looked like it was going to be. I think, Braun would probably be a little lower in the lineup, and you'd see Ghost with Provorov back there. I think it's kind of tough because they ran that a little bit in camp. It seemed like it worked well. And, Ghost was taken, as we talked about before, he was taking the, first unit power play reps at times in camp and practice. So it sucks because they definitely would have been able to use him. Obviously the power play's really gone off to a good start so far. I feel like for the most part, I personally don't think it's going to be, a huge thing. I honestly don't know if it's injury related or whatnot. They did say he's on COVID protocol, which obviously, as we know, and, people watching this, is that it doesn't, actually mean that he has it. It could be, he could have been around somebody. There was a rumor going around that since his girlfriend is a nurse, she was in contact with somebody, and that could have been what it was. Not necessarily 100% sure, but I think overall, I think you kind of have to take it, day by day, week by week here, kind of see how he's doing. And I think for the most part, once he's there, I think the Flyers are going to play him. So I feel like for the most part, It's not hurting his chances, which again, that's a really good point there with a comment, because it doesn't necessarily help his chances at all to crack the lineup, especially with a lot of these guys playing good, how high the Flyers are on some of the guys in the lower parts of the defense. So I think overall, it's really hurting his chances so far. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say it's kind of a long shot for him to get back in the lineup, because I think the Flyers are going to want to use him, and I think that they'll be able to use him once he's healthy.
Yeah, I can definitely see that as a possibility maybe in the near future when he eventually comes back into the Flyers roster. So, guys, we had 3 minutes until Flyers action right now. I did these guys a favor, and I paused the game 30 seconds, so I won't be ahead of the guys while watching the game.
What's that like? I don't even know what that's like. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Every single game, Sixers Flyers, I'm like 30 seconds behind. It's been brutal.
And the funny thing, too, is as I say that, my father is in front of me just putting his hand up saying, "What are you doing?" So we got the Buffalo Sabres on back-to-back nights. We got them right in a couple of minutes, and we got them tomorrow night. Carter Hart is going to be your starter for tonight. Brian Elliott is going to be in net tomorrow for the Flyers. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on the Buffalo Sabres. You got Jack Eichel up there, Taylor Hall, the newly acquired player. And Buffalo is a very, very young team, but I guess you could say they still have a little bit of problems right now just because they've been missing the playoffs for so many years in a row. You really just can't get that really good grip on them, what they're going to be this year. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on Buffalo coming into this. The only thing really right now I can say is they have really nice jerseys, and I do like the Taylor Hall with Jack Eichel. I think that's a good setup right there offensively. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So Chris, what are your thoughts on Buffalo this season?
Yeah, I feel obviously they're coming into this 0-2. They lost their first 2 games of the year. I look at them on paper as a team really good top 6, good power play. Obviously, with what happened earlier in a couple hours ago with Olmark, I don't know if it came out, like, who's starting in net for them. Do you know? Or
I would assume it's Carter Hutton.
That's kind of what I was assuming too. So for the most part, I don't think they're a bad team. I don't think they're a really great team either. I think they're kind of in that range of 5 to 7 of the division for the most part. But overall, I think the one thing the Flyers have to do tonight is just move the puck, early and often, and just get in there deep on them. I feel like for the most part, they kind of have a weaker bottom 6, and Deeps, and especially as you talked about too, with TK and Frost and Lindblom being on that bottom 6 now. If that's what it rolls out to be here, and that's just to start this game, then I'm really looking for some of the Flyers bottom 6 to kind of pounce on them and generate their chances from there, and be able to use that to their advantage. So I feel like for the most part, I like Buffalo's chances kind of going into it, because there's a lot of teams that look a little iffy right now, especially 2 or 3 games into the year. So for the most part, I think Buffalo's a solid team. The one thing I will say is don't take as many penalties. They have a very good power play. A lot of guys that can shoot the puck. They move the puck well, really crisp. So I think if the Flyers can lower the penalties, kind of go into this one, play their game solid defensively, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, and Gene, what are your thoughts on Buffalo coming into the season? And also, just to go off of what Chris was talking about, like, what do you think the Flyers need to do better in this game that they haven't done in the past 2?
I think there are a lot of things about this Sabres teams that sort of remind me of the Flyers from just a few years ago. They really are sort of a very young team. They've got right now, I feel like they've got goaltender. I don't want to say problems, but it's hard to say which is their go-to guy. Which for a long time that was what you would say about the Flyers is who is their the horse they're going to sort of try to ride. It's going to be interesting. I think, sort of to Chris's point. He was saying that the Flyers have to be, avoid, going shorthanded. I think the other thing that they might be able to take advantage of here with a younger team is maybe if they can play disciplined and take some penalties, get their power play out on the ice, more often. I think that could be a real advantage. I feel like the Flyers power play looks really, really good through 2 games. And I think that if you can sort of tip the balance in this sort of semi-series towards you having more time on the special teams than Buffalo does, it's going to be a good series for us. It'll be interesting to see how the Flyers look going Hart then Elliott. I wasn't sure which way they were going to go, but I guess since you had a night off, you could get Hart back out there quick. I'd like to see Hart play 2/3 of the games this season. I know there's a lot of back-to-backs. You're going to see a lot more Elliott probably than you would in a normal season. But I like our goalie situation as well. I'm much happier with our situation than I am with Buffalo's. But Buffalo's a solid squad. They're going to win. They're going to win games this year. I just hope they don't win the next two.
Yeah, and Dives, just going back to the last game on Friday against Pittsburgh, when during here in the watch party, you saw the Pittsburgh control a lot of the pace throughout the second period, and the Flyers really just struggled to get some type of momentum in there. So what do you think the Flyers need to do to, I guess, improve their game 5-on-5?
I mean, they've been relying on Carter Hart so much, especially since the playoffs. Carter Hart's been really just bailing these guys. I don't really have an opinion on this one. I'll leave this one to the Flyers experts. I'm just here for entertainment purposes. But they got to play better defense. That has been the biggest concern heading into this season. You look at the Flyers; they're giving up what they have 22 and a half shots per game, which is third worst. But they also give up the ninth most shots in the NHL at 33 and a half, and have one of the worst differentials in the NHL. They just got to get better on defense, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, in so many previous podcasts in the past two watch parties, that these first so many games, there's going to be so much rust. There's going to be so much improving that you're going to have to do because you had no preseason. You're going right from training camp into the start of the season. But still, for the Flyers to come out 2-0 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and even though those moments you did play a little sloppy, but you managed to put the pucks into the net, you managed to score on the power play, and Carter Hart came up big for you in those games. That says something about this Flyers team, to where even though they faced a little bit of adversity in those first two games, they found a way to come out on top. So maybe that's a positive sign to look forward to as the season goes along. So Chris, just what are your thoughts on that? Just the first two games, the Flyers responded when they faced a little adversity.
I mean, through two games, they've scored 11 goals, and 5 of them have been in the third period in both. I mean, obviously one was the empty netter, but still, they've, I think last year we kind of saw how their second period was easily their best period of play, right? This year so far in the first two games, it hasn't been that. It's been, iffy, just a lot of turnovers, just a lot of kind of seemed like that they give up a lot of, 2-on-1s, breakaways, 3-on-2s the other night against Pittsburgh. So I feel like for the most part, it's definitely going to take some time. It's only 2 games into the season. And Amadeo, obviously, you talked about it. They didn't have a preseason, so they're still kind of trying to work out those off-season funks. Trying to get into the role of the system and things like that. And obviously trying to keep the lines together too. And obviously not having Couturier kind of mixes that up a little bit. So I think for the most part, if they can come in and kind of just play a really solid 60-minute effort, I'll be happy with it. But early on in the season, I'm not as worried because again, no preseason, things like that. So I think for the most part, they kind of come into this one. I think if they just play a solid 60-minute game, play good defensively, move the puck out quick. And again, if Hart is playing that good back there, then I don't necessarily have as many worries, to be honest. But overall, I think if they just come in and play their game tonight, I think they'll be okay.
And Gene, what would you say your keys are for tonight?
I think you got to play disciplined, not take bad penalties, and also not turn the puck over, and in your own zone and in neutral zone, and try to stay at home on defense. Try and limit the amount of shots that you give up, and certainly limit the amount of chances that you give over to the other team. Buffalo has good forwards. They're going to be able to apply pressure if you make mistakes. So I think the key to the Flyers is to dictate the pace and not make mental errors. And I think that, they're deeper and have more talent. They've got the better goaltender. There's no reason why the Flyers shouldn't win this game. But they play the games for a reason. So the Flyers still need to go out and do the things that they know how to do. And one of the things I wanted to note, one of the things I thought was interesting was, they've already chased a goaltender. In game 2, they were able to put up 3 goals quick and chase a goaltender, which I think, probably adds a little bit of a mental edge to your offense when you've already seen that you can sort of apply that sort of pressure fast on an opposing goaltender. I think that in a lot of cases, offenses can really feed off that sort of momentum. So I'd love to see the Flyers come out and get a goal or 2 quick here early in the first period.
And I want to get all 3 of you right here saying, who do you think is going to score the first goal tonight for the Flyers? So Dives, I want to get your thoughts on that. Who do you think scores first?
I mean, I'm going to roll with the hot hand, TK. 4 points the other night, hat trick. I'm going to roll with TK.
Chris, who do you think is going to score first for the Flyers?
I'm going to say the captain, Drew.
Oh, that'd be great.
And Gene, who do you think gets the first nod for the Flyers?
I'm going to go with Frost. I think the new guy coming up. I think he's going to be itching to play, and I'd like to see him sort of jump in and get a goal early.
It's funny as you guys say that too. I have my father over here in the corner putting up in hand signals 13. So I think he assumes Kevin Hayes is going to score a goal tonight for the Flyers,
which means the Flyers win.
Yes, which means the Flyers win. The Flyers are 23-0-1 when Kevin Hayes scores a goal. So that's good thinking right there. And the thoughts for my player to score first in this game, I'm going to go JVR. I think JVR gets one on the power play.
There you go. See that's kind of one where if you were to tell that to somebody, they'd be like, "What, JVR?"
Or do you want me to go with a bold prediction? I think Carter Hart's going to score the first goal for the Flyers.
Now that you say that, I really wish I said Hag.
So what do your guys take on this? Sean Fitzpatrick says Moose tomorrow. Carter Hart has been absolutely terrific. Also against the Sabres, he went 2-0 last year against the Sabres. He's 2-0 on the season, 9.25 save percentage. Just this guy has carried this team and a sloppy defensive team. So what is your take on Carter Hart so far, and where do we see Brian Elliott moving forward with this roster?
I honestly think Hart's been fantastic, but when you're at a back-to-back situation, you're going to expect Brian Elliott to at least get a couple of nods here and there. And like what Gene said earlier, there's going to be a lot of back-to-backs this season, so you're going to see a lot of Brian Elliott this year as well. And it was bound time. It's going to be the fourth game of the season. Might as well put Moose into the net, especially when it's a back-to-back.
Yeah, I personally agree. I think kind of going off it too. I think you have to look at the days in between the games. They play Friday night, all Saturday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday game. All right. Give Hart Monday. That's 2 days in between the Friday game. Well, then they play again Thursday. So that gives him, those 2 days in between there, kind of work it out. He gets 2 days in between each game. And I think for the most part, I think the Flyers are comfortable with Elliott. I see no problem with him being in that tomorrow. So I think it makes sense overall. I think, give Hart another 2 days of rest before going into Boston.
And I think that's a good point when you talk about the next game coming against Boston. One of the things I've always understood with goaltending is really it's as much about the physical fatigue of playing a back-to-back game. It's not like the goaltender's coming on and off with shifts, but it's a lot about the mental fatigue. And I think that when you've got a game against Boston this week as well, it's a really good time, honestly, to give him those mental reps off. And also, in a season like this, you're going to need to have Elliott sharp. So it's time to get him in because you're probably going to play him once a week, so it's good to get him mentally into the game. It's very different from practice. And Moose is a consummate pro, but I like our tandem, in a season like this, you're going to need two goaltenders really to get you through the season. So I'd take our tandem over almost anyone else in the league, frankly.
And we are very close to puck drop as it is. So I guess final predictions before the game starts. Score predictions. So what are you guys thinking right here? Gene, let's start with you. What do you think the score is going to be for tonight?
I'm going to go 3-1 Flyers.
Nice. Chris, I know you don't like predicting. I know that we've stated this on the podcast many, many times before, but do you want to give a little prediction here since this is not the podcast? This is a watch party.
I was really hoping that you weren't going to ask me this question because predictions are not my friend, but I'm going to say 3. I'm going to go 3-0 Flyers tonight.
Woo, child, let's go.
And Dibes, what do you think score is going to be tonight?
I'll go 4-2 Flyers. Carter Hart just continues to dominate tonight. 4-2 Flyers. The Flyers just continue to put a stranglehold on the division. Welcome, Sabres, by the way. And whether they were like 15-3 last year without the Islanders. So let's go Flyers 4-2, baby.
And we're probably just seconds away from puck drop right here. So everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy some Flyers hockey. And everyone's going to be on the same page this time. No one's going to be 30 seconds behind on their respected games. So there'll be no spoiling of goals here. So we're all good right here. Who knows?
Really hoping that there's just going to be cheers all in sync.
We gotta watch out for the chat though, because maybe some of them will be watching live and they'll comment and spoil us.
Chris Dunn says 5-3 Flyers. Ian says 3-2 Flyers. Sean says Chris sucks at predictions. I'm not sure which Chris he's
not
talking
lying.
Ghost TJ says 3-1 Flyers. Concerned about their play in the second period. So there it is. Here we go. It's 1-0 Flyers. So.
Getting Wells Fargo Center looks like, are they going to show Lauren Hart to start off the game? I wonder. I think that's what they're going to do.
How have you guys felt about like the Flyers family of the night that they've been doing every week or
I like that.
at the home games?
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Oh yeah, Kristen, you have something special that you're going to be doing tomorrow. So why don't you want to share that to the TPL crew in the chat right here?
Yeah. So tomorrow, I got the chance to cover the game tomorrow for FlyersNittyGritty.com. So I write articles and stuff for them, provide some content. And I have the chance to go to the game tomorrow with a media pass and kind of go in, kind of see everything, down at Wells Fargo. It's been a while since I've been there. It's going to be weird kind of going there without wearing a Flyers jersey because Amadeo kind of knows when everything that how much of a nutcase I am when the game's on. But for the most part, I'm very excited and nervous, I will say. But again, it's going to be awesome. And again, Amadeo, thanks for letting me, share the news on the stream too.
No problem.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I remember my first time covering a game, and it was a Blue Coats game at the University of Delaware. And I had no idea what to expect. So you do the post-game like interviews and stuff, and there's like beat writers, like at least a few of them asking questions with you and stuff. So I go, the game ends, and I meet my guy Matt Murphy, and he brings me over to this like dark. You ever go to University of Delaware? That gym was like disgusting. It was this was before they played at the 76ers Fieldhouse, which is a delight. But it was just me. It was just me, the coach, and a couple players, and I had no idea what to ask. I was literally put on the spot, and I'll never forget it because it was me. Like I had no experience doing it before, so you learn on the fly for sure. That was a crazy experience.
Yeah, I kind of feel like for the most part it's going to be a little overwhelming since it's really the first thing I've done. I never really did, like I haven't done a practice or anything, so I think it's going to be overwhelming, but I think it's going to be a little easier since, there are obviously no fans in attendance. So there's not as many people there. So, it might take, the atmosphere might be a little different, but again, I'm more excited, but I'm also really nervous at the same time. So I think for the most part, I think everything's going to go smooth. But again, I appreciate the advice, support, I guess, kind of to go off of it too.
The live streams are really good practice because live streams teach you kind of like to roll with the punches at times. And that's really what I feel like being at a game and asking questions is, because like you might have a really good question in your head, but someone right before you might ask it and you're like, kind of like completely adapt and figure something out. So prep is everything. Just write down questions and just be ready. And that, because that's the hardest part is like, you got like when your question comes and you got to have one ready.
Right.
So, Chris, will you be doing the press conference after the game too on Zoom?
For this game, I will, and tomorrow, yeah. So after this, might have to leave a little early to kind of hop on that after. But I will be doing the Zoom meeting that they kind of have set up after. I don't know if I'm going to ask a question yet. I still have to kind of see what's asked and obviously what happens throughout the game and things like that. But I think I will be doing it, for both games.
Nice. And that's a great little thing right there from Flyers Nitty Gritty. Jamie Baskow is a great guy, and he's giving a lot of
unbelievable company, man.
Yeah, giving a lot of people that are part of Flyers Nitty Gritty a lot of help there. I've wrote a little bit for Flyers Nitty Gritty. I'm also a part of them too, so who knows? Maybe I'll be eventually at the Flyers game as a media member.
I would never be where I am right now without them. I'll say that it's unbelievable how much they've done for me, and unbelievable.
So the comment of the night.
To go off your comment, Mark. So I know the first night I had a sandwich, the second night I had pizza. So I'm not eating anything right now. I had dinner before the game actually, and it wasn't wings; it was fried meatballs. So it was a nice dinner.
It's a little later start, right? This is the first 7:30 start of the year, so that explains why you probably had to get fueled up for the live watch.
Man, let's go Flyers. Last game was crazy because I was doing a podcast on WandaVision and I jumped right into the second period and I was just like 10 minutes into the live stream, I was like exhausted. Let's hope this is not like the last game.
Well, I mean, the Flyers started off well last game. They just
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, they started off well and then it was just gone.
Yep.
It was gone. All right.
Time for the game. And there's already a whistle.
6 seconds in.
You guys are still ahead of me. I hate you all. It doesn't even matter.
I think it's just YouTube TV. I blame YouTube TV.
Oh, me too.
You poor thing. That sucks.
So I guess the way this season's going to work is you're not going to have your traditional like home at homes. Like all these 2-game series are all going to be, in one building and then you're off to the next building.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that's going to sort of play into a team. Like the Flyers had a real home ice advantage sort of going into everything. And then, then there was the bubble, which I don't know that anybody really got an advantage in the bubble. But it'll be interesting to see how not having fans around, if the statistics that are traditional with home ice advantage sort of hold up. If it's really about having the fans behind you, or if it's more about sleeping in your own bed. So I guess that's one of the many lessons we're probably going to learn this year.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because who knows if eventually my God, Carter Hart's having an adventure behind the net again.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Hart, what are you doing?
It's definitely going to be weird without fans. Who knows? Maybe the NHL eventually in the future will allow fans, depending on how things go in the country and things like that. But hopefully we can get to that point. But right now, there's no clear sign of what's going to happen with that. But the Florida Panthers, they had attendance though in their first game.
Yeah, there's been a few teams. Arizona, Ottawa had a little bit. They got. I think Ottawa got approved like 5,000, maybe 6,000 people.
Really?
Yeah. So there's been a few teams. I know San Jose, like they're in a completely different situation where they're literally going to be on the road until like February. So it sucks, but this is a pretty rough opening shift here.
It is. Thank God they broke it up a little bit. Kevin Hayes, what are you doing there, buddy? There we go. Can we get some offensive pressure?
Yep. Let's get a change here. Come on, boys. See, Amadeo, it's good that I'm doing this tonight because it's going to prep me for tomorrow.
Yeah.
To not sound like a serial killer when I'm there. So I'm just going to kind of have to there you go. Get in there, Jake.
Yeah.
You'll do fine.
Yeah, the one thing that I learned at Temple, because I did a couple of their basketball games and like one of their bowl games before. One thing is you can't go in there as a fan. You got to go in there as a media guy. So there's like no fan relationship there at all.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I think the key is just looking as professional as possible and setting off that good first impression.
So when like Nolan Patrick gets a hat trick, you can't be jumping up and down.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
So
when Robert Hagg gets a 5-point game tomorrow, I'm gonna be jumping for joy in my seat.
I like the way this Frost line looking.
Oh my! Oh, it's a good setup from Frost.
So with you going to the game tomorrow, are there any rituals or pregame rituals that you're going to still follow, even though you're going as a member of the media? I like there's certain things I always wear or make sure I always have the hat that I have no concern for if I need to throw it on the ice. Is there stuff coming with you?
Yeah, so I have these Flyers wristbands, and there's this one. There used to be a black one. Well, the black one broke, but this orange one I got in 2014, and it's been on my wrist since I got it. So I'll have that on. It'll be under the dress shirt that I have to wear, but that is one thing that haven't taken off since I was about 12. So that is, again, it's kind of tough because you can't necessarily like wear anything Flyers. You kind of have to, as I said, look professional. So. But that is one thing I will have on my wrist.
It's been glued to your wrist. The Flyers are on a power play. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that Frost line ended up drawing a penalty there off that nice shift they had.
That's the one thing too that I like having Frost on that line. A lot of speed.
Yeah, And I like and kind of go off of that too. Like I like how this second unit gets into the zone. Like they're very good with the zone entries. I think Patrick helps that out.
As of right now, they're struggling to get into the zone now.
Yeah, of course, as I say that.
Oh my God, boys, what are you doing? Watch out behind you, Gustafson. Ooh, there's oof.
I apologize if it looks like I'm looking at my phone too much. I'm doing some game notes at the same time.
No worries.
It feels like this particular power play, they're having trouble generating the same sort of pressure at the front of the net that they had been getting in the other games this season so far.
Kevin just commented, why is Connor Bunneman a healthy scratch? So Kevin, so Sean Couturier is going to be out for 2 weeks. Frost was the person that replaced him in the lineup. And Connor Bunneman, because Ghost was put on the non-roster, so they called up an extra forward, Connor Bunneman. He's just a 13th forward on the roster, so he's automatically going to be the healthy scratch.
Not a good power play.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get a late one.
Got a little bit of time here. Got to move it quick.
Yeah. And a little bit of pressure right here from Buffalo.
Yeah, it sucks that Provorov broke that stick.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Patrick.
There you go. That's a good play.
Nice setup.
That opener was so fun when we were talking about during the pregame. Like they got to get back on the power play, and they get 2 goals on the power play. That was terrific.
Yeah, just going 7, like a little over 7% in the playoffs, and then you open up the season with 2 power play goals.
Yeah,
of course, because of course.
Oh, there goes Scotty with that speed.
Oh. Steven says shattered. Chris Dunn says sloppy.
Oh,
and you can see the difference without Coots.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. It really sort of highlights what Couturier brings to the ice when you don't have him,
especially on the power play too.
Yeah, that broken stick was just.
Yeah, that probably would have been their best chance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why they brought in Gustafson over Ghost?
Well,
is that because he's better on the power play?
I kind of think they're similar on the power play, but I think it's just to have another option, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, like Ghost and Gustafson, they have a lot of similarities into their game. With Gustafson on the power play, he's more that guy you want to set up for a one-timer from the point. Gustafson, oh my God, I just saw that Provorov broken stick right there.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a missile off his stick if that stick didn't break.
Yeah, then with Gustafson's game, he's more of a puck handler at the blue line. He'll throw a wrist shot out there. He's not a guy that you probably are going to set up for a one-timer, but he'll do it. But Ghost is more known to have that because he has the better shot.
Oh.
The oohs and ahs from the stream is making me feel like I'm missing something. Here we go.
Here we go. Ready? Ah, he missed.
Oh.
Am I ahead of you guys? What's going on here? Is that possible?
Is that possible? Dives is ahead of everyone?
It's not.
You might be.
I've got 13:35 on the clock. What about you guys?
You are ahead of us.
I got 13:45. Oh.
How are you ahead of us?
I don't know. I swear I was behind you. It doesn't make any sense.
It's about 10 seconds game time for me, so.
I'm on 13:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
I'll pause.
So I'm like exact time with Chris.
Yeah.
Yep, now they're going to the commercial.
Are you on stream, Amadeo, or no?
No, I'm on the cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not listening to the game with any volume. I don't want to interfere with this, so kind of got to look at the numbers a little too much.
Are you going to wear a Flyers mask to the game tomorrow, Chris?
I have a mask. I honestly don't know if I'm going to because I don't really know the rules. Again, it's my first time. I might just wear one of the medical ones. If not, I'll just wear the podcast one that I have. But I might. I'm not sure.
Cool, man. Jameson Taylor says, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
How you doing, Jameson?
Yeah, let's do little plugs. Fired Up Podcast, go.
Yeah, definitely Flyer Up Podcast. We're a part of the Painted Lines right here. We live stream here on the Painted Lines. You can also check us out on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at Florida Podcast. Same thing with Instagram. And we're definitely going to be having a pod in the next day or so, maybe after these 2 Buffalo games, and to preview a little bit into the Boston series coming up this weekend. So we'll stay tuned for us. We'll definitely have something coming up for you.
What about you, Gene?
And tonight is the debut episode on the Painted Lines YouTube channel of Potadelphia. We've been sort of in the podcast world. We just passed our 2-year mark, but this will be our foray into live streaming the show. And we're going to be doing regularly Tuesday nights, probably around about 9 o'clock once we get up and running. Tonight, sort of just to get us. We're gonna do after the Flyers game tonight. But so check us out. We are at Potadelphia on Twitter and at Potadelphia on Instagram. Strangely enough, nobody else had those handles already snagged, so we were able to get a monopoly.
Awesome.
I love AV's picture. He's not ready for that.
It looks like he's chewing something.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just hit him.
Looks like
slapped him in the face.
It looks like our fans are definitely ahead of us.
Oh boy!
Just an FYI.
It's a funny thing too. I saw on Twitter earlier today. I think I said it to Chris too. There was a Twitter account that took the Flyers all their headshots from this year and made them into Disney characters with the animation.
So funny.
And I think the Twitter account's called Incorrect Flyers Fan, and in the picture that they had for Elaine Vigneault, he looked like a stereotypical Disney villain. We got a little bit of a bouncing puck right here.
Come on, Heath.
AV sort of has that stereotypical Disney villain name anyway.
Elaine Vigneault.
Yeah, I could see him trying to capture a princess.
He's the villain in Hunchback of Notre Dame too. He's one of the popes or something. I don't know.
He's one of the popes.
They've been picking it up after that power play.
They have.
Had to have more ozone time. It's crazy. There's already 12 and a half minutes left.
Yeah, this period's going by a little quickly.
Yeah, other than those couple of stops at the beginning, it's been pretty much up and down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think first goal is huge tonight too. Flyers got to get that. Watch, I'll say that, and Buffalo score right here. There's part of me that really wishes I would just shut up sometimes.
Chris is the king of jinxing.
I really am, man.
You should start really, really talking negative about the Flyers. Maybe
I should. Yeah.
Start wearing the opposing jerseys on game night.
I'm super superstitious. I wore this hat on the opener. I wore it the other night. I'm not taking this hat.
What's that turnover right there? Oh my God!
There we go.
Oh my God! Come on, Hart.
That was close.
Nice save.
Nice. There we go.
What
Good recovery.
Oh my God.
Woo.
Oh my God! The turnovers.
Oh my. They're so.
Oh my God! Another turnover.
That's three to Eichel.
This is a rough sequence here.
Get a whistle.
You better not score here. Save it, Hart.
Good save.
You just sit on this puck.
Jesus.
Oh my God. The hell was that, Walton?
Wake up, guys.
Was that all Walton with those turnovers, or was it somewhat Gustafson too?
It
was
felt
a horrible
it.
team.
It looked like he was getting turned around a lot there over
Gustafson with the turnover
Gustafson
right there.
with another turnover. That's a 2-on-0.
Walton turned it over right there.
Well, that's a terrible pass,
that was
though.
by Gustafson.
Yeah, that's a rough shift from Gus there. Wow.
Remember, his first couple shifts, they were like, "Wow, this guy's really good." Matt Niskanen, who? and everything was take it back.
I've said it many times before too. You're gonna get what you get from Eric Gustafson. He's a really good offensive defenseman, but he sucks in his own zone.
Yeah, I mean, the other night, Dave. I know you were just saying it, but it was terrible. Completely missed the guy. And he went right in and scored.
What's up, Jameson? Thanks for joining our live stream here. This is the Painted Lines YouTube channel. We got lots of shows, most notably the Flyered Up podcast. Check them out. Check out my man Amadeo, TTP Sports. My man Chris, Flyers Mania 93. Flyers Fan Mania, right? Yeah, Flyers Fan Mania 93. And then Potadelphia going down tonight, right after the Flyers game. So Please smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications.
Ooh,
Thanks for joining.
he whiffed on that 2-0.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell when it happened if Gus got back or if he just whiffed.
I think it was a little bit of both. He whiffed and Gus got the stick on it.
Yeah. Well, they're lucky.
Oh my God, 2-on-1.
Yeah, that was way too clean. Really good play by Myers, though. Wow.
Yeah, you can really tell the difference without Coots.
Yeah, it's more wide. That's how it was in the second period last game.
What do you guys think of the ice quality tonight? It seems like there's an awful lot of bouncing around tonight. It seems
I feel like it has a reason to do with there's no fans being there. Kind of live boards and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like the puck is really sort of like hopping off of sticks and stuff. Like the long passing game doesn't seem to be working for anybody right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what is working for the Sabres though? Those jerseys, man.
Yeah, those jerseys
They are nice.
It's working well.
Those home ones, oh my, those are nice. I can't believe Amadeo hasn't got one already. He probably has every NHL jersey he could think of.
Any idea when we're going to start to see the retro throwback or what are they calling them now?
The reverse retro.
Retros? When are we?
The earliest I know is
February.
It's another icing. The earliest I know is the outdoor game.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I know
everybody has one. So
I know some teams release schedules on when they're wearing them. I know Calgary did it; they're wearing for like 6 games. I think Los Angeles is only wearing theirs for 3 games or something like that.
And Los Angeles is one of the better ones, I thought.
Yeah, because Los Angeles has like so many jerseys that they're wearing. They have like 5 jerseys this year.
I honestly thought that you had to wear them 6 times, like it was the rule.
I think the maybe the maximum amount is 6 times. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. That might be. That's probably what it is. I don't know if it was max or if you had to wear them 6 times.
Oof, nice save, Hart.
Yeah, Hart's dialed into this one early.
He definitely is. Oh boy, tomorrow. What? Oof. I'm not going to talk about tomorrow yet.
Yeah, one game at a time. I have to say, I thought the NHL has, as far as the presentation goes, without having fans, the way they've sort of utilized the advertising around the outside of the arena, it still sort of gives you a pretty good visual presentation. Sometimes it felt like the NBA in the bubble specifically, it really made those games feel real tight. But the NHL, this still feels like it's the space is still big and the arena still looks professional. I don't know. It's so weird just not having fans around. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it.
Brian asks, what's the score? 0-0. 0-0.
There's a little bit of a rush right here for Buffalo. Nice save. I went wide, actually.
Yeah, it seems like this line kind of JVR and Voracek literally skate behind each other the whole time. So I saw a little bit of that the other night, too.
$50 international shipping.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, wait, so just the shipping was $50?
Yeah, that's
Not
how I read that.
the $200 that was the jersey?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here we go, Lawton.
Oh.
Come on, Proby.
All the time in the world. Shoot. He hit crossbar on that?
I think he just missed.
Oh. I know the ref did say no goal. I figured we might have.
Puck bounce, come on.
Oh, there we go.
See, this 4th line's getting chances.
Yeah, they've looked promising so far. I'm just going to say that. Point.
Proby.
Shoot, Provorov.
And a lot of their shots from the point are getting blocked.
Yeah, I love Provorov. That's 3 shots in 1 shift.
Yep.
Or attempted shots, at least, I should say.
Yeah, it seems like the Sabres are really putting the body on things,
Yeah, the Flyers have kind of gotten outmatched a little physically.
Yeah.
In the 3 games, to be honest.
Joe Show.
You can go to the NBC
Sports app.
Philly stream. Yeah, the app. Or the I use On Hockey TV for a lot of stuff. If you literally just look it up, it's all lowercase onhockey.tv. And you should be able to get something there.
Yeah, it's weird with the rules as far as whether you're in market or out of market, what you can sort of stream as well.
Yeah.
So if you were like what do they call the hockey version of the
MLB TV.
Yeah,
NHL TV.
Yeah, but if like we're in market, you'd be blacked out for Flyers games, which seems
Yeah, because earlier I went to put on the NBCSN, clicked it by accident, and said it was blackout. Yeah.
But you would think, like, if I only wanted, like, maybe I didn't need cable, but I want to watch just nonstop NHL, I would want to be able to see my favorite team. That's sort of frustrating for those that are cutting the cords, as they say.
There we go. I gotta get something on the offensive zone draw here.
Yeah,
See, is that Hag back there? I really wish he would have just shot that.
It seems like the Flyers' fourth line is finally getting something going here.
Offensively, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting as the game goes on to see what lines get paired against the different Sabres combinations.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why I kind of hinted at the bottom six, because Buffalo's a good top six, but the bottom six a little weak. So, maybe the Flyers might be able to pounce on that.
Yeah, you might see them try and, because they have, I guess we still have last change, right? So you might see them sort of try to strategize how that's going to work.
Yeah. Sal Volcano's the best.
I think
by far, Sal. Does anyone have any takes on that?
What?
Best practical joker.
Oh, I'm a Murr guy.
Murr?
Yeah,
Murr?
I agree with Gene.
Yeah, but my wife would leave me for Q, so I don't know if that tells you anything. Maybe the ladies love Q.
Yeah, I'm more of a Sal guy.
Sal's so funny.
Better be a nice thing.
I'm curious to see how Voracek reacts after that hit he just took.
Oh boy.
Looked like it was kind of at the head a little bit. I hope he doesn't go back or anything.
Well, we may not know until the press conference and he comes out all polite.
Yeah.
that head hit made him all polite now.
Oh, what a great question. Thanks you for asking.
It's Steele's fault.
It's been interesting to see how the national media has sort of reacted to that whole situation. I feel like locally people were sort of in love with it, but national media is like, oh, he's so rude.
And here's our daily question of the night from Matt McGinty. Are you watching? Are you showing the game? No, we're not.
You're watching us watching the game.
Yeah.
We get that. You'll figure that out, Gene. You're going to get that every show.
That's the primary question. Are you showing the game?
It's a running joke because ever since we started doing these watch parties, like during the Eagles season, we get that question like every like period or quarter, or it's a running joke.
Do you think people are finding the stream looking for? Yes. Okay, so they're expecting one of us to just turn our camera towards the TV for them.
100%. Yes. Yep.
What we should do is just play like a game from like the 01 playoffs or something, just on a loop.
So during a Sixers game a few days ago, me and Justin were talking, and Justin sits in front of this giant mirror, and like you could see in the reflection of the mirror like half of the TV screen, and someone came on and was like, literally, Justin, can you move a foot? That's how like crazy these people are.
They need their fix, man.
I know.
Can you move a foot to the left so I can see your mirror? Come on, NAK.
There we go. This line looks like the best line in the first period.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Other point. Hag, shoot.
Come on, Hag in a third.
Hag in a third. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Hag in a third.
Yes. What was that play right there? Come on,
it's all right. I feel like this game isn't as bad. It makes me feel like Buffalo might wear down towards the end of the second, maybe third, and the Flyers might be able to pounce on it. I'm not too sure though.
Well, the Flyers have really looked like they've had more legs than certainly they look like they had more legs than the Penguins the first game.
I agree. I think it's just defensively they look poor. Like they're just too many turnovers. They're just not playing smart mentally back there.
Yeah, and that's exactly. It doesn't seem like they're physical mistakes. They seem like that they're getting shoved around. They're mental errors, which I'm oddly enough I'm more comfortable with because you can fix that a little easier than if you're going to be
when you have Hart back there. Is it really that much of a worry?
Over
time, yes, but I think now it's third game of the season.
Yeah, I think what we were saying sort of in the pregame lead up is when you haven't had a preseason, I think that if there's one thing that you're going to see lapses in, it's going to be thinking through the game.
Yeah.
Having not had a preseason and maybe like a full camp. I think that they're sort of getting their minds back to game speed as we're going through the year.
Right.
And hey, if we're still winning games so far, so everybody is in the same boat. You know, the whole NHL didn't have a preseason. I just don't want to, I don't want. AV is not Doug Peterson. I know Doug Peterson likes to sort of blame a lot of the Eagles' ills on the lack of preseason, but I don't think it's going to fly here for the hockey team.
No, and I don't necessarily think AV is that guy either. He's not going to sit there and blame something on the preseason. He's going to call guys out for it.
Well, I mean, last year you saw it. He was as some of the bigger, more important players on the team were not performing throughout the year. He had no problem.
No,
letting them know through the press or probably to their faces, you need to step up. And I think
and I've said it many times. He's not a holding hands type of coach. We've seen it with many guys: JVR, Voracek, Gostisbehere. I mean, I could go on and on. So he's been there, with guys, and he's had to call them out, like you said. So I don't think it's going to fly in AV's mind either. So I think it's just going to take some time to kind of get used to the first few games of the season.
9-year playoff drought for the Sabres. Oof.
Really, has it been that long?
2011, yep.
Man, they felt like they were like a perennial playoff team for a long time.
Last appearance in the playoffs was when the Flyers beat them in the first round.
Yeah. And they made it in 2010, and they lost to Boston.
They did.
But yeah, there was the last 2 years they made the playoffs.
Did we get a fight last game towards the end?
We had some, I think, like rough stuff. I don't think like a full-fledged fight.
No,
yeah, they sort of scrambled into different little pockets of like grabbing.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
It was funny. I was watching the Red Wings Blue Jackets game this afternoon. There was a fight around a couple minutes left, and you'll never guess who the two guys went. Larkin and Werenski.
Whoa!
And I was like, wow. And it wasn't really anything where like a guy like threw a punch. It was kind of just like they went at each other.
Oh, that's a bad goal.
That was disgusting.
Was that top shoulder there?
Looked glove side.
Ooh, I don't like that goal given up.
That's rough.
It's a beautiful shot.
I honestly felt like the Flyers have played the better period for the most part. It's sort of like against the run of play, as they say.
Oh, that was gross. I don't really think you could say anything about that. That's just a good shot. Got deflected too. Yeah, Hart's going to want that one back
for the end of the period.
Was that Lazar? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve here, a tough shot to track. Yeah, it was. That is definitely one of those things when it was sort of that close up. It's tough for Hart to.
It looked like it actually went off the blade of Meyer's stick too. Yeah. Like it looked like the puck kind of fluttered in the air a little bit.
Let's get one right back.
Yep. Still got time here.
Jake.
Oh. I thought they were going to trip on Jake there.
At the penalty, that should be a penalty right there. Come on.
Come on. I guess because they let Jake go, they figure they let that go too. I don't know. Now they're caught in numbers the other way.
Thanks, Jameson. You're the man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Definitely.
I'm only going to last the first period today. I'm exhausted. I've done like 5 pods the last 7 nights. I'm hitting my end here.
I feel that exhaustion. And that is an icing.
Do y'all know Bad Dog Sports and the entertainer of Talking Sports and Authentic and the Beard Guys? Never heard of them. Anybody?
I don't think so.
Sorry, man.
They sound like some cool people, though. I like the way they spell.
Come on, boys.
Well, I guess my prediction's gone. Yeah, they're a little under siege here. I kind of had a feeling Buffalo would come out strong since they're 0-2.
It feels like the Flyers just can't get out of their own zone right now.
Yep.
No, they can't. Buffalo's had the jump, especially the last few minutes.
What was that, boys? Come on.
I mean, I know it's not going to be a shutout, Chris, but I'd really love to see Claude Giroux just stop the bleeding and get himself a goal here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think G's actually played really good on that line. It's just
just get home.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with Albie Kubel sometimes is that he takes so long to move the puck.
Yeah.
Like this is the shit that has to stop. You know what I mean? It just takes 3-4 guys to get the puck just, a couple inches over the blue line. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Their puck possession has been atrocious. The turnovers.
They can't get in sync. They don't really have a rhythm.
It's too early to get worried about it, right?
I think it is, yeah. I think over time you'll see it because, again, the no preseason and everything, especially this early.
Brian,
it's not an excuse, though. I mean, it's,
Which Flyer has the most points in a season, and how many points? Oh, man.
I think that's Mark Recchi with 126.
Yeah. If it's not Recchi, my second guess is Lindros, but I think it is Recchi.
Is that right? We also have Steven saying Mark Recchi.
Yeah. I don't know the number, but I seem to remember it being Recchi.
123.
123.
Come on, Amadeo. Come on.
I had 3 points ahead. Sorry. I was in the right range.
At first, when I read that comment, I thought he was talking about who had the most points like this current season, and I imagine
That'd be connected.
Yeah, it's got to be TK.
Yeah,
five in 2 games.
Yeah, connecting with NHL's second star of the week.
Who was the first star?
Kaprizov with Minnesota.
From Minnesota.
Okay. Did he have a hat trick?
He's got 4 points in 2 games.
Well, that'll do it.
He scored a overtime winner. Was his first NHL goal.
That's the way to do it. That's how you come into the league.
Yep. Yeah, he's looked good so far.
23-year-old rookie, Artemi Panarin style.
Wow. Where had he been wallowing away in the AHL, getting?
He was drafted in 2015, and I think in the 5th round by Minnesota. He's been in the KHL the entire time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they signed him to I think ELC was in the summer, something like that. I don't know if it was before the playoffs. It probably was before the playoffs, but they signed him to his ELC, and then he made the team out of camp.
So the way that those KHL things, I mean, are they usually under contract for those club teams, and they just wait them out?
So Rubtsov, for example, for the Flyers, he's under contract in the KHL. His rights are owned, and then his NHL rights are owned by the Flyers. So you have 2 teams that kind of own the rights there.
So is he collecting 2 checks, or does he have to wait until one contract's up in order to collect his NHL check?
I honestly have no idea. I would assume he probably does. Because Vorobiev, I know makes I think they said his contract, and don't quote me on this, it's something around maybe $5 million over there, which makes sense why he's playing in the KHL. I don't know if that's true or not, but it could be.
To make more money there now than he would be making in an NHL contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder what the tax situation is versus here versus there,
Yeah. It's funny. It seems like this line kind of struggles to get into the zone.
Which one?
The G. Hayes Farabee. They can't get a clean setup going at all.
Yeah.
It seems like every time they got in, they've had to dump the puck.
Come on, Patty.
Flyers experts. Steven
what was that pass?
Almost playing a trap variant. Isn't that what the Islanders did against the Flyers?
Essentially, yes.
Year, yeah.
And it was more like the Flyers could not physically handle Lee or Nelson, so it didn't help. And they just were just all over them.
Yeah, well, we got end of the period here.
The
1-0 Buffalo.
It's only 1-0, but
yeah,
feels like it could be 4.
I know, like it's only 1-0, but I'm still really
Here we go.
defense.
Chris, I definitely think it's time to invest in a neck tattoo.
Yeah, that was a sloppy period.
Yeah.
Very sloppy. Other than what? Morgan Frost, the fourth line, NAK,
And Carter Hart.
Hart. Brutal.
Yeah, that's a rough goal for Carter to take after playing fairly well. That's
AV's gonna. I think he's gonna rip one anew to this team.
Yeah,
he needs to kick a couple of trash cans here because this doesn't look good so far.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the worst periods so far this year. Other than that second period,
It's up there. Yeah,
that second period was awful last game.
Yeah. Did anyone get the shots? Were they 10-4? Buffalo?
I didn't think the Flyers had gotten it didn't look like they had gotten a fifth shot.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, 11-4 in favor of Buffalo.
Is that too early to be concerned about too? Like I said before the game started, like they're getting outshot, but they do have 11 goals.
And they had a power play, and I don't think they even had a shot on the power play. If they did, they had
one, I think.
Yeah,
and it might not have even have been that. It might have been the shift they had before they got the shot, and then they got the power play.
Yeah, but it seems like they really got stifled on that power play, and we're having trouble getting it into the zone. And
then that's something you want to use early into a game when you kind of have a rough shift to kind of feel the puck, and they didn't really get much on it.
Who named
the Flyers?
Well, I think one of the people in the chat already gave away the answer. Chris Dunn says Ed Snyder's daughter.
It was his sister, I think. Yeah, his sister.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was his sister. You look it up, I think. I'll look it up now just to kind of make sure, but I believe it was his sister.
All right, guys, I'm heading out for the night.
Thanks, man.
Nice to meet you, Gene.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and nice to finally meet you, Chris. Take it easy.
Thanks.
You too, right, Dibes.
Later on, guys.
We'll see you later on, Dibes. Okay, boys. So overall thoughts on the first period? Very, very sloppy. Flyers turning the puck over a lot. And it was a nice goal by Lazar, but also one Carter Hart would definitely want back. So, like, your overall thoughts on what you think the Flyers need to do? Besides, I guess the obvious is don't turn the puck over.
Don't turn the puck over. No. I feel like just move it quick. I mean, they're very aggressive on the pinches. They're right there when the Flyers are taking way too long. Just move it quick and go. I mean, if you're gonna dump, you got to get guys in there. And I think they kind of play like that passive aggressive style where like they don't really like try to get physical when they probably should. It should. I just feel like for the most part they're not gritty enough, and I think they kind of have to add that a little bit into the second.
I think that they have to sort of what you were saying is I think they need to start doing the dictating as far as the pace goes and less absorbing the pressure, so to speak, and looking to counterattack.
Yeah.
And like you were saying that, yes, I mean, it looks like they're having a little trouble getting into the zone. They're having to do some dumping, but if you're going to dump into the zone, then you've got to go aggressively into those corners and dig it out and, try and not be out physically played right now, which I feel like Buffalo has got the edge and I think they've got the edge in hits. And, it's certainly just by the eye test, it looks like Buffalo is being the much more aggressive team right now. And, you hope that maybe playing this fast and this physical early in a game is going to wear out. But you never know. It's the young Buffalo team. They've seemed like they've got to jump. And this is a team that's lost their first two games. So they feel a little bit of pressure to play well and get off the schneid.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you right there as well.
All right, and take my first bathroom break. I'll be back, boys.
We'll be here.
We definitely will be here.
So, just curious, one of the things I've been noticing, and maybe this is just the times we're living in, I've been noticing in the broadcast, it's been a lot of advertising for one particular thing, a lot of gambling site advertising. And if I was a betting man, I would put a bet that the next break we're going to see another one.
Probably.
What do you think about the way that this is sort of taken? You as a fan watching a game, do you feel like that's the sort of thing that takes you out of the game? Is it something that you've now sort of just become accustomed to? Do you welcome the idea of being able to sort of put a bet down? Because the way these things are set up, you can basically put a bet on a game in the middle of the game at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think in terms of how its effect on your enjoyment of watching live sports now in 2021?
Yeah, it's definitely something that's taken a wide effect on the games, like especially in all around sports over the past few years, especially like just getting into the few recent years. It's something that's going to stick around for a while. I've tried it out a couple of times. I've won a few bets. I lost a few bets. Not really my thing, but I don't think it's something that should go away. I think it's for a lot of people love the sports bet, so I guess more power to it. But I'm going to do what Chris did and take my first bet from break as well. So you guys you mend the fort for a little bit.
Yep.
So what stats jumped out at you, Chris, or anything in your notes that you took on during the first period? Was there anything that sort of jumped out at you as far as a particular player or a particular stat that you'd like to see either continue or stop in the second period?
I feel like the fourth line had the most jump, to be honest. They look like they generated most of the offensive pressure. I mean, the Frost line had that shift before they drew the penalty, but it seemed like that was really at the Hayes line. They had 2 straight icings that led to offensive zone draws and pressure from Buffalo. So I think overall it just wasn't a good period. I think they kind of just have to come out in this one and just kind of just settle the game down. I think they got to come out, get more offensive pressure, shoot when they can, don't be too cute, and just come out in spirit strong. Because, again, I think they've had 2 rough second periods, and if that happens again, I don't think they'll be winning this one tonight. So I think they have to really come out here in the second and really get the ball moving.
I think if there was ever a night to sort of reinvigorate your second period play, this is a good game. You're not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. You've given up some chances, but you're only down 1 goal. They had a couple of spots there where they were able to generate a little bit of offensive pressure.
Yeah.
But it felt like they just spent so much time backing up and so much time in their own defensive zone, sort of trying to scramble that I'd really like I was saying earlier, I really like to see them sort of tip the scale, tip the momentum in the other direction. Having a good goaltender, and this is not something that Flyer fans are used to historically, but having a good backstop, having a good goaltender can clear up a lot of mistakes. There are years where a game like this, a period like this, would the Flyers might be down 3-0.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's the thing. I think, I'm not as worried because Hart's back there. That's kind of been my thing for the whole season. It's like, they might have lost Siniskin, but Hart's back there. So I'm not like, too worried, to be honest.
Yeah, good goaltending keeps you in games that maybe you don't belong in a lot of times. Just imagine, how many of those games Brodeur kept those Devils teams in. A lot of games they won like 2-1, 3-2, all through those stretches when he was playing goal. That's what the advantage of having a true number 1 goaltender can give you. It's just not something the Flyers fans are used to. The cycle of goaltending. How many goaltenders did we start with? I think it was 2 years ago that we started, 12 different goaltenders or something?
They had 8 in 18-19. 8 goalies.
Yeah, which is just an insane number to even comprehend.
Yep. From waivers to injury to AHL call up to, I think trade was maybe one of them.
Yeah, it was just an insane number to even to wrap your mind
I
around.
think a free agent signing. I mean, it was Elliott, Hart, Lyon, Pickard, Stolars, McKenna, and Neuwirth.
And it felt like everybody that they brought in was, especially like Neuwirth, who I thought was not a bad player. It's just he just was chronically injured.
And the thing is when he wasn't injured, he was phenomenal, but he was always injured.
Right.
So you can't be a good goalie if you're always injured.
Yeah.
You're not reliable. So.
And that's one of the main traits that you need in a goaltender is you need to be steady. You need to be reliable. You've got to be the backstop. You got to be the rock. It's so strange now to think that, the Flyers may have that problem solved. I thought we had it solved with Bobrovsky a long time ago. And We probably would have had we held on to him, but I don't know. I think Hart's probably going to end up having a better career, as good of a career as Bob has had. Yeah, no, and it'll be interesting the way this division is sort of shaped up. Do the Flyers have the best goalie in the division?
I think so.
I certainly think he's in the conversation, if not
Definitely the best tandem.
Yeah,
I'll say that. I mean, if you look at Boston, I think Moose is better than Halak.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Hart's the best goalie in the division. I don't see any other reason why. Shesterkin just hasn't done what he has done. Same with the Varlamov. Well, Varlamov's all right, but I think Hart's better than Varlamov. Sorokin, I don't know. Everybody makes it like he's this amazing goaltender. We'll have to see how that plays out. And whoever says Blackwood, I'm sorry, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Jari, no. I mean, I firmly believe that Hart is the best goalie in this division.
Yeah, and I think that says a lot to have that a year of playoff experience under his belt. I think that was one of the things that people were saying about last year is that it was so important for a guy like him to have those sorts of experiences early in his career. There are some goaltenders that don't get it till their third or fourth full season. And he was able to get really good, solid playoff experience early in his career. I think already you can sort of see a different level of confidence just with him this year, just since everything he went through last year. He really does look like he's taken like another step in his.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like for the most part, he's 22, 23 years old, and he's played one full season in the league, and he's already, I believe, eighth in playoff wins in the franchise already. Hart, it's incredible.
Oh boys. So, what are your thoughts going into the second?
Play better. So that's all I got. It's
understandable right there.
It's
also a matter of now you've got to match their urgency. The Sabres were going to come out and they were going to play like it was. It's hard to say that it was a must win for them, but you certainly expected.
It pretty much is, honestly,
that they were going to come out and play really with a lot of intent. And I think now that you've seen, hopefully now you've taken their best punch and you've sort of absorbed it. You're only down a goal. I think you've got to come out and you've got to play with a sense of urgency and know that you're the better team, and you've got to sort of impose your will, as they say.
I agree. I think for the most part, it's they don't want to start 0-3 in a year where they could make the playoffs in this division, and it's less games. You have another 53 then to pick yourself back up. So I don't really think they want to be starting the season 0-3. So I'm not surprised at the way that they've come out.
I would say for you, Chris, for tomorrow when you go to the game, I think it's a benefit when you're wearing your mask on. You can make facial expressions when watching the game so no one will see your face.
Yeah. I'll kind of just sit there and be like, shit. You know what I mean? Just not necessarily really be noticed that much.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I honestly think the best line of that period was the fourth line.
It was.
Yeah, we might get a little more ice time.
Yeah, like I said, I think AV is going to rip them a new one in the locker room. Hopefully they'll come out stronger. But definitely, like we were talking about there in the first, it's a definite notice when Couture is not on the ice for them.
Yeah, agreed. And I don't necessarily think. I think that's where it really shows the Flyers' depth. That's where that needs to come in. We've ranted and raved about their depth, so they really got to show it now. I thought Myers was great that period. I know they're showing him now, but I will say he had a lot of good plays.
Yeah, Myers.
The defender moved in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, this goal was just disgusting. I honestly think it deflected. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I saw that little stick poke right there by Myers.
And that's just fun luck.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable shot.
Sean's asking if Voracek's going to insult you post-game, Chris, you whizzle.
I hope not.
First question Chris asked, and Jake already rips him a new one. Hey, new kid.
Yep. That's going to be horrible.
New meat, fresh meat for the players to get on. Oh god, these commercials. Wait, I know the Bruins and the Islanders were playing before this game. Did that game already end? Like, who won that game?
I believe the Islanders did 1-0 in overtime.
Oh, really?
I believe so. 1-0 final, actually. Just in.
So was that 2 shutouts in a row for Varlamov?
Ooh.
No, they lost 5-0 the other night.
That wasn't Varlamov though. That was Sorokin.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. But oh, you mean just for Varlamov?
Just for Varlamov.
Yeah, for Varlamov it is. For the Islanders, no, but for Varlamov it is. Yeah.
He's come out with a purpose this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wants to establish that he's the
starter.
The goaltender, yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, because you got the entire NHL saying raving about Sorokin coming into the league. Oh, he's going to be the next best thing, and then Varlamov's just saying, "I'm still here."
Yeah, I think it perfectly makes sense why he's playing so good. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Sean commenting, "No one brings out the beauty of hockey like Pierre Maguire." Oh God.
Yeah. Right.
Did the Penguins play a third game yet? Have they gotten their first win yet?
They won in a shootout against Washington yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're having a little bit of a goaltending situation again. Casey DeSmith started yesterday for them. And who knows? I guess since he won that first game, if they'll go with him again, because I know Jari, he has in the first 2 games against the Flyers, since then he has a terrible save percentage and goals against.
Who's that, Jari?
Jari.
Yeah, it's funny. I was so happy the guy that I just faced in fantasy last week had Jari in net as his starter, and I was so happy because
he got
told the other night he was negative 11.4 on the points.
Jeez.
And he went completely down. I was like, yes. And I have Hart, so I was so happy that Jari went down, and I had a plus for Hart since he won, and it had 33 saves, I think it was, or 31 saves, something like that.
So does your league really heavily penalize if a goalie gets yanked? Is it minutes played that sort of factors in there?
Oh yeah, it'll go if a goalie, it kind of goes up the points will go up 0.1, 0.4, 0.7 to however many saves he'll make, and then once he kind of gives up the goal, I had Mark Sherman the other night on Saturday night, he got a shutout. So he finished 13.4, had 35 saves or something like that. And it'll go by how many minutes they log too. And obviously the goalie plays the full amount of minutes.
Right.
So that kind of adds a little bit to it, even though that sounds so stupid. But yeah, usually the more the saves, the more numbers it'll increase. If he gives up a goal, it kind of goes down a little bit. But
I would think with
ratio too.
With the way that would work, the only person it would matter about ice time would be the goaltender. I don't know that it would matter for any of the other positions.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you get a little bit more if I could say if I have Couturier and he plays 22 minutes and is +3 and the Flyers win 6-2 or something, then he's going to have 4 or 5, maybe 6 points for me. So it kind of just goes up depending on how many points he has.
Oh, come on, Kevin. Oof, come on, boys. You got to hit the net. That's one thing, too. When they're getting their chances, they're missing the net.
Yeah, Amadeo, the puck hasn't even dropped on my screen.
I guess I'm a little bit ahead again.
I think you and I are in around the same place.
Me and Eugene?
Yeah, I think we're sort of in line.
Yeah.
19 and a half.
Amadeo, just sit there. Be quiet for a couple seconds.
Yeah, Farabee's pissed at himself right now, though.
Yeah. Quick start, boys. Quick start. Come on, here we go. Oh, Hayes. Oh, that was a good chance for Farabee. 17 seconds in.
Yeah, like I said, when they got their chances today, they missed a net. That's the one, and that's the one thing too. With the past 2 games against the Penguins, they were outshot both games. Even though they won the game, I think getting outshot, they need to shoot more.
Yeah, I think they're a little too cute. Yeah, Hunt got a piece of that one, but I think they got to keep shooting more. Got to follow it up with a good shift here.
I like that
JVR.
I like that they still put like the chanting stuff on the scoreboard, even though there's no one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember opening night. That was very loud.
It was.
I wonder if
Looks like they got a little jump here to start this period.
they just have like an in-game program that they hit go on, and it just runs through all the different beats that should happen throughout the game.
Yeah, right.
Let's skate up. Ooh. Gee. Ugh. That is
Like
offside.
they've sort of changed their approach this period. It looks like they're sort of trying to carry it through up the wing and then play to the center, try to get something generated from the slot.
Good.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of had that a little bit. Oh, that was a nice play from Farabee.
Like it's more available here in this period.
Yeah. I think once they move the puck quicker, it opens up more in the slot for them. Here we go, G. Here we go. See, I don't know how far back I am. That might be like 30 seconds back from you guys. Really quick start to this period, though. They've been
It is.
Yeah, they're moving it quick. I mean, what time are you at?
18:34.
All right, I'm at 18:52. I'm gonna whistle.
Yeah, I just got a whistle as well.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be frank with you. Like, if the Flyers do score, you will hear my father in the background screaming. So
No, it's all right. I'm not gonna get mad. I'll most likely get happy once they tie it if they do here tonight.
They seem like they've come out with more of a purpose this period. So
Definitely, yeah. First minute 15 so far.
Yeah, I'd like to
100% agree.
come on, boys.
Amadeo, is your dad down there with you?
Yes, he is. He's eating a bag of grapes currently.
Gotcha.
That's a healthy snack.
Tell him I said hello. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but
Chris says hello.
hi, Chris.
He said hello.
Usually all these stops are sort of killing the momentum right now.
Oh, you have a game tomorrow?
What did you say, G?
I said all these stops are starting to kill the momentum.
Yeah.
Just in the last like 30 seconds, there's been like 3 stops.
Yeah. Here we go. Come on, NEK. Oh, get in there. Nice play.
If I'm going to be honest with you, Braun honestly hasn't looked that bad with Provorov.
No, he hasn't, but I just think over time, and it's going to be Myers.
Yeah.
I think Myers and Provy complement each other in their way they play too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the way you've seen Myers play so far, I think it's pretty obvious it's going to be him with Provy.
And Buffalo's going to the power play.
Great. Talk about the end of some momentum here.
They calling that a trip, you think?
Yes, they are. Yep, tripping.
Who's it on?
Is the penalty on Hart?
It looks like it must have been.
Yeah, the penalty's on Hart.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Oh, yeah, you can see.
Chris,
I'm assuming it's going to – yeah, I'm going to –
Yeah, Hart put his stick out the poke check, and then he tripped over it.
Are you serious?
It almost actually looks like he gets like the whole blocker arm like up around the knee.
Wow, that's I don't know how I feel about that.
That's just unfortunate.
It seems sort of unnecessary too.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why there's a need to call a penalty on that. Like, yes, he tripped him, but it wasn't intentional. It's not like he's purposely, you know what I mean? He's still made a mistake on the play too, but I think that's a tough call.
Ooh, nice save.
The thing about Hart is very rarely does he seem to be like frenetic in that, you know what I mean? He just seems like his positioning is usually so so good. You don't see him like flailing around the way which that seems to be like the more flashy way to get noticed. But Hart, I think the strength of his game is absolutely just his ability to track the puck, and just his positioning is just outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get overwhelmed. Oh, nice save on Eichel there.
He's one of the calmest goaltenders in the league.
Yeah, I mean it's
which is amazing for a kid that's 23 years old. You know what I mean?
That's why he only has maybe 3 or 4 highlight reel saves. Is because he's always in position.
Right.
He's got the one against New Jersey, the one against Colorado, and the one against Vancouver. I can't really think of another one, to be honest.
I think in the playoffs against the Islanders, he made some highlight saves.
Yeah, he had a couple of those too. But he's only got a handful. I mean, it's essentially like a year. 2-0.
Yep, can't do anything about that.
Oh, that's great. Let's see how this goes in. Oh, all the space in the world.
Yeah, Hart can't do anything about that.
I'm assuming it's a nice passing play.
It goes right between Braun's legs and went off Hart's arm.
Yeah, it definitely hit something in the middle there.
Hart got a piece of it. He just couldn't get all of it.
The problem there was that pass was able to get through.
Yeah.
It literally goes right between Braun's legs.
I think
it was a good play. It just...
Yeah, Provorov pinched. He was a little aggressive on the play. Watch. He's way too aggressive on that. That opens up all the space for Hall, and then he just... that's...
Come on, boys. You got a goaltender for Buffalo that got lit up by Washington a couple days ago.
Yeah, they need a serious wake-up call here. Next goal is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the Flyers really need to get one before we get to like the midway point.
They need a goal before the 13-minute mark, I'd say. Well, not like if they don't, it's do or die, but I'd like one before that mark, I should say.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But they came out this period with a jump, and they were putting offensive pressure. That taking that penalty when they did was just a total killer.
Offside. Or is that a hand pass? That's a hand pass.
Yeah, so that'll be a neutral zone face-off.
Yep.
Oh, man.
That was a pretty nice stop there on that last sequence by Hart.
That was.
Again, it wasn't like a real flashy move, but he just follows that. He just tracked that puck all the way around.
On Skinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good save. I think I'm actually somewhat
Catching up now.
What are you at, 15:39?
15:34. Yeah, the face-off just got dropped.
Oh, all right, good. I'm like 5 seconds behind.
The Flyers have 7 shots on that in total.
Yeah. How many's Buffalo got? 16?
17.
Holy shit.
It's just like in this instances, we're letting our goaltender out the dry.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop every single shot.
No, he's not going to. That's the thing.
Ooh! Damn it. That was a nice play, though. Whew.
Yeah, puck's just getting dropped for me right now.
God damn it. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
they really need a wake-up call here.
Friggin', you'll see what Hayes did a little bit ago, but that was a nice play. He had to finish, but he couldn't.
A lot of traffic in front of the net there.
Yep.
I can't wait for the goal to get ruined. I'm just waiting for you to scream, and then I'll be so relieved once I hear it. Here we go. Here's Hayes. Oh, that would have been gross.
In between the legs, he just couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I hate how the NHL app is like so late to update you. Like,
yeah, I just got that. And pass one all the way down. Shit. Come on, boys. Let's get something going here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing AV mix these combinations up a little bit. I think trying to find.
I think you have to with Coots out.
Yeah, I think you got to try to find a line that can generate some pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if not, you try to get some more that can.
Because right now, only your fourth line generating any type of pressure is not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, the other lines are. It's just like, I feel like all the lines that they've generated the chances, they just haven't played good defensively to back it up.
Yeah. There's a guy wide open in the slot, and he buries it.
3-0?
Yep. Reinhart with his second goal.
Whew. Jesus, boys.
They left them wide open in the slot.
Wow.
What are we doing out there? Puck takes a bad bounce off the boards, and you leave him wide open in the slot.
Yeah, I feel like the defense way overcommitted on that play.
Yeah, defense overcommitted. Albert Kubel overcommitted.
Yeah, I mean, there is nobody anywhere
God.
near Reinhart when he puts that. He's got the whole net to shoot at, too.
What the fuck, man? Jesus. Christ. I don't really mind the play, but nobody's getting back to, like, who is that? Walton?
Yeah, no one's helping each other. Yeah,
there was no reason for Albert Kubel to go in that corner.
Yeah, there's
right. That was
3 people overcommitting to the puck.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Is you're going to have Sabres players that are just going to be able to camp out in the slot. And
yeah, that's just a bad play, man.
Yeah, Steve. I did realize Hart was a little far back into the net, but that's just a defensive breakdown. It's like, what more can Hart do? He's been stopping the puck the majority of the night, and now Buffalo's exposing the Flyers defensively, and Hart just can't stop every single shot.
Yeah, I don't really understand the. I don't know. I don't really think they should have changed there like that either, because that didn't help.
Yeah, it's an interesting. Sean Fitzpatrick saying that Buffalo could play this one with an empty net because we can't get anything through.
Yeah,
he's got a point.
Yeah, I mean, what are we at? 6 shots? 7 shots?
7 shots.
Yeah, we're getting doubled up. More than
doubled up.
Yeah,
it's almost triple.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you're not going to score goals if you're not putting pucks on the net.
Yeah, that was one of their problems in the playoffs last year. They didn't shoot enough.
I don't even think it's them not shooting enough. They're just not even getting in the zone.
Yeah,
like they're that bad defensively where what they do offensively doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a switch in deep pairs.
I wouldn't blame them if they did that. Oof.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to do something to sort of rattle the cage and get them. There's still time to get themselves back into this, but they really do have to play with some
type of
at this point.
I'll be back right again, boys.
Oh, man.
Not exactly the night I was expecting so far.
No, it was not for me. No.
It's certainly not the second period that we were hoping for, but it seems like their second period woes might be continuing a little.
Yeah, they need to wake up here. Yeah, it's just an all just bad night. So far, at least I should say. There's a lot of time in this game. I'm not worried. The Flyers can score quick.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Again, I'm not over here, panicking either since they're playing bad. It's early in the year, and you kind of had a feeling Buffalo would come out since they're
really struggling early in the year. They haven't won a game yet, too.
Yeah, I think it would be. This is the sort of the point in the game where the Flyers could use a power play to sort of maybe get themselves kick-started.
I think they need to be more aggressive on the wall, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Buffalo was sort of settling into a strategy of, one shot and sitting on it and trying to keep the Flyers from having any kind of a rebound. They're sort of, the goaltending is sort of just absorbing everything.
Yeah, I agree, man.
It's time to set up for a deflection.
Yep. They need to shoot from everywhere, not be too cute. Just get your shots on net and
get guys in front, get people in front of him. Protect his vision.
See, that's a play where I wish Kennedy would kind of wait a little longer on that, because it's just an easy shot to the net with nobody in front.
Right.
And that was probably their best chance of last game's second period was a Gustafsson shot from the point with nobody in front of the power play.
Right. And you're not giving yourself the best opportunity to score.
A shot like that from there that the goalie is clean sight is not going in.
No.
Unless he, somewhat like gets hurt or like pulls a groin on it. I don't really think that's going to be going in. So like that right there, this breakout from Hall that literally just started is because Frost overcommitted and now they had open ice and almost made it 4-0 on a tap-in play in front. So one play where a guy overcommits, so we just saw on a goal and now you saw it on that rush, is another reason why they're down.
They seem to be making the same. It's what we were sort of saying earlier, is that they have to not make these mental errors.
Right. And they're making a lot of them right now.
And they're making the same ones over and over again.
Yep. Like, there's no reason for Albie Capel to go there. It's a horrible change, too.
Yeah, it's like we were saying. Steve even mentions it in the chat.
What's up?
That this is a goaltender that usually gives up nice fat rebounds, and he's not right now.
It's horrible. I don't even know what I'm watching. Like, they're so bad defensively. Whatever they do on offense, it just doesn't matter.
Dude, they're playing.
They can't move it out. They're it's 4-0.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Lazar just got his second.
Just 4 here.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Oh, I was going to say, because that's why he came in to tell you.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible, man.
Well, I guess it looks like we're going to see Moose early.
Wow, that is just piss poor defense. I mean, how bad could you be? Three guys.
That was. I feel like that was the softest goal of the night so far.
3.
Yeah, and Lazar's got the whole net to shoot at again. Yeah, so now we'll see Elliott in net. I feel like this is more of a let's not hang the kid out to dry move than anything really.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute piss poor defense on that play.
The defense in this period has been real bad.
Yeah, I know, but especially that goal. It's like, what the hell?
Well, I feel like both goals were in this. The last 2 goals have been particularly.
I mean, what was Gustafsson doing there?
No idea.
Like, this is just laughable right now. You know?
He's probably going to ask him the same question. I hope he has a better answer than we do. Bro, what were you doing? Yeah, at this point, you just want to see the Flyers get one just to sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
start to have themselves
down here. Holy shit! I mean, this is horrible. Like, this is bad, man. Bad. Let's go. Come on, Jake. Braun, like, what the fuck? Like, I just don't like. Oh my god. Man, this is bad. I don't know. I don't think they've had a single good offensive opportunity this whole period, and we're almost halfway through it.
Wow. They just showed the shot counts 22-9.
Terrible. Horrible.
So what happened on the fourth goal?
Gustafson missed the guy in front, and the other two, which I believe it was Hag and I might have been Lawton. I didn't really see who it was. Just completely missed Lazar at the side of the net and, wide open to the shootout. And they pulled Hart and Moose's in.
Oof.
Yeah. 22-9.
Yeah, I saw Moose into the net, which, yeah, you just, it's like not even a knock to Hart. You got to make the change just to wake these guys up. Like saying,
I mean, this is just bad.
It's like saying this is your fault that your goaltenders got pulled.
Well, and you don't want Hart to absorb like a 6-0 or 7-0 loss here because he's
now
you commit or overcompensate.
Yeah, this is just a bad one. Terrible effort so far.
Yep.
Well, and now we're watching these sequences where they're starting to get some at least some possession in the offensive zone, but they literally can't get anything anywhere near the front of the net. They're not being able to put any clean shots on. They're getting it back to the point, and they're not putting it on the cage. I don't know what they're trying to do offensively. It doesn't seem like they have much of a strategy right now.
I don't even think they have a strategy. I think it's just they can't make a single pass. Like every pass they make is either a bobbled puck or it's nowhere near the guy, and it's happens since the opening puck drop. So they can't get anything going because it's just what we talked about before. It's the mental errors. They're not playing physical enough. They're leaving guys wide open in front, and now they get some pressure with this line, but it's bad. It looks very bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the third second period where they've played like absolute shit in 3 games. When last year they were unbelievable in second periods. So it's it's starting to get a little concerning at this point because you're not really seeing a change. It would be different if certain times were playing better, moving the puck, whatever, but it just hasn't happened.
And I think honestly now you're kind of seeing the loss of what Matt Niskanen brought to the table.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been a game early on, and same with last game where Niskanen would have came in and kind of eased everything.
Yeah.
Would have just settled it down. Hey, boys, let's settle down here. His play would have settled everything down. They don't have that.
They don't.
Right
now. And Buffalo is showing that they're more, they've got more impetus they're blocking more shots. They're cutting off any sort of offensive momentum the Flyers try to generate. And they, as opposed to the Flyers, are capitalizing on their opportunities, and the Flyers just aren't getting them. And when they do get them, they're missing net.
Yeah, Carter Hutton basically hasn't had to face anything really dangerous this entire game.
No, he said clean looks at pretty much every opportunity that we've put at it.
Yeah, and because the Flyers not being able to play defense, I'm negative in fantasy right now. Are they negative 4.4?
Oh boy. And I see people in the comment section already raving about how terrible Gustafson at defense. Guys, we knew what we were getting to when we signed Gustafson. We all know he sucked at defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need him to sort of add on the other side of the ice to sort of
he needs to be better offensively, yeah.
He wasn't brought here to play defense.
Yeah, he was brought here to score on the power play and just be a better offensive defenseman.
Yeah, help out the power play as much as possible. That doesn't mean don't play defense, though. Yeah. I mean, how long has this guy played D his whole career? I mean,
yeah, he had that 60-plus point season a couple of years ago with Chicago. Last year, he had a down year. He looked good in the first game or so, but when he's not been able to generate anything, it's pretty obvious.
Yep.
He's a liability in the defensive
This
zone.
is one of those games where, at this point, we kind of already know they're not winning tonight, right?
Yeah.
So let's kind of just look at it now and say, okay, you're right back at it tomorrow. You know?
And the one thing the Flyers were good at last year, they always bounce back from a loss.
Mm-hmm. Always bounce back. Yep.
Now they got to continue to show that last year from what they did last year. They did it basically since January from last year and into the playoffs. Every time they lost the game, they would go back and win the next game.
Yep. Yeah, this is horrible, man. Very, very bad right now.
Well, let's see if they can't get themselves into a position where they can at least take some positives out of the game. I'd like to see them at least net 1 or 2 here and stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to you get one at the end of this period or before the end of this period. Yeah, I have a little bit of hope, to be honest. I always have hope.
Well, it'll be good if we can sort of stop the bleeding here and give Elliott some confidence, because he's probably still going to start tomorrow, I imagine.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think this game was going to reflect the goaltending situation,
No.
regardless of the score.
This game was just terrible defensive play and leaving your goalie up to dry.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with how Hart played. He honestly kept them in the first period.
He did. Just Buffalo got one too many chances in the second. And, oh my goodness.
It's a 5-0?
No, just that one play right there by Provorov whiffing on a shot on the point describes his entire night.
Like, why does this line why are they so like close together? It feels like whoever it is out there, whether it's Patrick, JVR, or Voracek, the other one is right next to like attached to their hip. You know, it's just weird. It seems like they play really like similar styles. The three of them, they're all over each other. Oh. Wow. Get in there. Oh, my God. See, that's kind of what I'm talking about is like they can't get the clean pass. Like they can't even get a clean chance. Every pass they have is either a bobbled puck or a missed pass, whatever.
But it seems like the only thing Buffalo will give them is a little bit of room at the top. But otherwise, when they collapse down, there's 4 defenders inside the slot.
Yep.
Buffalo has sort of decided we'll let you shoot from way out there. If you can get one past us, fine, but you're not going to have anything in close.
Like, why wouldn't Sanheim pass that to Albay Kubel there? Like, he's got that wraparound play, and Albay Kubel's cutting in on essentially an open net at that point. Oh. Here we go. They're cycling the puck now. Oh. Ah, damn it. Rebound didn't sit anywhere good.
It's one of the first rebounds that has even been given up.
Yeah, because everything he's been able to see. What time is that?
I'm at 6:54.
Oh, my God. I'm at 7:27. What are you at, Amadeo?
6:40.
Oh, my God.
And Elliott just froze the puck.
Man. Oh, wow, this is bad.
Yep. Yeah, that one shot by Long was basically their best chance of the entire period.
Yep.
They just showed that deflection by Sanheim again, and that looked like it had some potential too if they could sort of set something else like that up again in front of the net. A lot of dumping coming into the zone. A lot of dumping.
Yep.
That's what happens when you go down by a lot of goals. You just want to get the puck in deep and generate from there. That's the mindset, I guess. Tell me it's 5-0.
No, the Flyers almost had one right there, but Hutton turned it over and got back in time to stop it.
I mean, the chances that they have that they just put up on the screen on my end were 14-4 in favor of Buffalo, so kind of shows you how this game's going. Like, and again, it just seems like that the forward pressure, it's too easy for Buffalo to get out of the zone.
Yep.
And you have to give Buffalo credit. They played very disciplined. They haven't taken a bad penalty here to give the Flyers a chance to get momentum back.
No, they've played a really good game. And again, you'd expect that from a team that's coming in winless.
Yes. Oh God, I can't believe what your first question is going to be during the press conference, Chris.
I'm really waiting to see what it is. I might actually ask a question.
I might ask something about the D pairs, to be honest. Maybe if there's a switch in D pairs or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, it's just so bad where, like, I don't even really know how to explain it. Like, they just...
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words how bad they're playing right now. I'm just waiting for Amadeo and his dad to go, yeah! Completely waiting for it.
Do you think Coots would have made a big difference in a game like this?
Yeah, he would have shut down Michael.
I definitely think he would have helped on the. I don't know what the face-off breakdown is too, but I feel like there's.
I can check.
Yeah, some of those offensive zone face-offs. If he would have won those, maybe you get a chance off of that. Some of that stuff. It's amazing. I really thought that special teams was going to play a lot more into this game so far.
Yeah, there's only been-
50-50, actually, face off.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
At least from the NHL app. Shots on goal were 13-10, so the Flyers have gotten their chances. Picked it up at least late now.
13-10 for the second period.
Yeah, in favor of the Sabres.
Yeah, it seems like they have sort of generated a little more pressure here. And
Yeah. Again, kind of just shooting from everywhere mentality, I guess.
Always. It's funny, like for some reason I still like expect like deep down inside me we're gonna get that like traditional Flyers comeback for some odd reason.
I had the thought in the back of my mind, like, okay, the third period's been really good.
Because I remember it was like during one of last year's games when the Flyers played the Islanders in Brooklyn, and they went down 3-0. And I was like texting Chris saying they're going to come back in this game. I just feel it, and it did. But sadly, that was the game when they lost like in the final 5 seconds.
Yep,
I remember that.
JVR played the point on Pollock, so like lackadaisical and just gave him the wide open look, and it was just like, storm back to tie it, and then it ends like that. It's like, oh my god.
That's why you almost
Gut wrenching.
They can sneak one in here before the end of the period so that you don't have quite the same hill to climb.
Yeah.
Let's get up.
Does that mean it's 4-1?
Nah. It's like when we have a chance to get like a break or an automatic rush, like Buffalo's defense is always like back in enough time to like stop the rush.
Not only back, but like back and set up in their box and one.
Yeah, like they're ready for it. They're more prepared. They're playing like a step and a half above the Flyers. The Flyers have essentially played most of these games a step and a half behind in the second.
Steven asks, is it me or is TK invisible? I think the entire team's invisible.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's one guy. Come on, Patrick.
Yeah, Steve, this game isn't on one specific player. The entire team is invisible.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, like I said on that Patrick break right there, defense just like clocked him up and he wasn't able to get through.
I don't think they can get many bounces either, and that's not an excuse. It's just
they're losing.
They've had a bounce really go their way.
Just look at this transition right here by Buffalo.
Yep, whole shift into the zone. Like, it should not take you 3 or 4 guys to get the puck out of the zone. It just shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. Yeah, Buffalo takes the puck off them, gets it right out.
They're not playing gritty enough.
Nope. Gritty.
You see what I did there?
Yep, they need gritty out there.
They do. His big body on skates would just absolutely level haul as he comes into the zone. Like why? And look, nobody's in front of the net now because Braun. I mean, obviously nothing happened off that, but like it's so similar to the third goal, where they have two guys go and the guy in the slot is wide open.
Yeah, overcommit.
Yeah, two. They've had two over plays where guys have overcommitted
and lack of communication.
Yeah, the third and fourth goal. Another turnover. Again,
It really feels like Buffalo's almost playing on a power play.
Overcommitting again. That's Braun. Equal chance.
Ooh, this entire shift feels like a power play for Buffalo.
The whole period felt like a power play for Buffalo.
The entire game.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, look at them. They're just standing still. Nobody's moving, reaching, like no effort.
Yeah, but I mean, this is crazy. I mean, we're 5-on-5 and they're cycling like they're on a 5-on-3.
Yep.
The Flyers 5-on-5 play hasn't necessarily been great.
Yeah, their 5-on-5 play this year the first few games hasn't been the best.
Oh my god, this is horrible, man. And the thing is they're stuck out here.
Yeah. Their transition game is terrible right now. They can't find a way to get the puck up.
I see Konechny's on this line unless it's a missed change.
Nah, I see it's Konechny, Frost, and Lindblom for me.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, the Flyers definitely need to put more bodies on these people.
Nice save, Ryan Elliott.
Wow, this is bad.
It is.
Like, what is Provorov thinking there? You just had one of the longest shifts in the world in your own zone, and you're going to sit there and make the pass standing still at essentially the hash marks on the wall when you had all the room to skate up and make a play and get off. And then it leads to a wide open shot for Miller that went way wide. But you see my point. It's like they're not helping themselves. Jesus Christ.
Scale, boys. Come on, Sanheim. Got someone driving the net, and you missed him. Yeah, if the fans were here at the Wells Fargo Center, they'd be getting their asses booed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd be time to play the pre-recorded boo.
Yeah. Like, seriously, the only line that's honestly been getting their chances is the fourth line, and I find that very sad.
It's just one of those games, I think. Yeah. It's just one of those games where, like, no matter what happens, they will continue to play like shit. NEK was driving the net there.
And that's the end of the second period. Oh, boy.
Well, they've got quite a mountain.
Quite a pretty game down here in South Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a funny. Sean Fitzpatrick said the corner man should stop this fight. Throw in the towel, Rock.
I feel bad for any media people that are there for their first time this season and they have to see this trash.
Yep, Uriev's down there his first time.
Oof. That means Urieve can't go again.
Yeah, honestly.
You gotta text him that, man. You can't go. You can't be going to the games again.
Yeah, hopefully he had a good time because
that's his last time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go outside and turn around 3 times, spit, be let back in.
Yeah, Sean, that period was terrible, but honestly, the past other 2 second periods have been just as bad. Just the Flyers had scored in those periods.
I think that's their worst period of the year so far. In 3 games, that's their worst period. Honestly. Like, all around, just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's never good when you end up having your goalie yanked in the middle of the second period.
Thank God I haven't checked Twitter at all during this game.
Yeah,
Probably not going to check it the rest of the night.
I've been vetoing Twitter during the game.
it might be something just to get caught up tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Debating how I want to do this post game video, Amadeo. Do I do it pissed off? Do I do it like, okay, this was shit, we all know it was, or do we just like kind of go with the flow?
That's because right now I'm honestly not mad.
I'm not mad either. I'm just like, wow, like I'm stunned.
It's just like basically shock and awe on how bad they're playing.
Yeah, I'm not mad. There's not 1 ounce of anger in me. It's just like, what are we doing right now? Is the question. I'm really I hope AV kind of goes in there and rips someone's head off and shut down their neck, because they're really not playing good right now, and this is bad, man. I mean, wow. I don't know.
And this is definitely going to be the game where Flyers fans completely overreact, saying this team is overhyped. They're not really a team. Trade everyone away. That's what we're going to get from Flyers fans today.
I think that would be a slight over exaggeration. Maybe
it's
no, not at all.
The Philadelphia sports fan base, man, they overreact to everything. Think of what's happening right now with the Sixers.
Well, yeah, that's probably an even better example of overreaction theater. No, but I mean, if you've watched hockey for any length of time, like there are just nights like this where you just
can't get a damn thing going.
And this sort of set up that way. You just had 2 big wins against your rival. You've got a team that's coming in winless. They were coming in with a different energy than you are.
Yeah,
there's more on the line for Buffalo.
Yeah, they don't want to go down 0-3 to start the season.
No.
Yeah, and the Flyers sort of had to hold an edge through 2 games. You're not going to convince me that a game against Pittsburgh doesn't carry a different weight than a game against the Sabres. The Sabres are not a team that was traditionally in our division. There may be an unfamiliarity with them. I don't know if I want to put all of that on this, but it's like usually this point in the season, not calendar wise, but early in the season, this feels like one of those games where the Flyers go out to Calgary, or the Flyers go out to Edmonton, and they just lay an egg. And it just it happens every year. You could set your watch to it, Well,
Chris,
there's not going to be a West Coast trip this year.
Chris Dunn, I don't know if you're joking right here or you're serious, but here's the start. Trade JVR.
Yeah, there we go. Might as well fire the equipment manager while you're at it.
Clean house.
Yep, clean house.
Might as well KNAV too.
I gotta say the facial expression on Hart on Hartnell right now is just
shows everything.
Just precious.
I think that's why I like Hartnell on the post game and pregame, because he's probably just gonna lay it out to the team. It's just
he won't even have to say anything. He'll just look directly into the camera and you'll know exactly what's going on.
I'm honestly thinking of doing this video where I face this wall, because that is how every goal has gone in, where the other guy has looked like this.
Yeah, and the play is happening behind him. Exactly.
Yeah, right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start the video looking this way.
Yeah. Yeah, the Flyers.
That's essentially what this was.
Flyers defenders show their backs to the Buffalo Sabres.
Yep. It happened on the Braun goal. It happened on the 3-0 goal. Everybody's like, 4-0 goal. Like, come on.
Unbelievable. Jeez. Yeah, Gene, what time do you have to head out so you can get ready for your pod? That's at 10.
Probably about quarter of. So
gotcha.
Probably catch the beginning of this third period with you guys before I go and get myself together for the show. I'll tell you, we're probably not going to lead with the Flyers tonight.
Yeah, definitely not going to be the first topic of thought.
we like to open with a little lighter fare. So Um,
I mean, honestly, what's the later fare in Philadelphia sports right now? I guess the Phillies. I guess
I don't know. Did the Eagles hire a coach since we've
Archie
been on?
Bradley?
Yeah, Archie Bradley. I mean, that guy. Talk about a guy that knows how to use Twitter to win
I mean,
win fans and hearts and minds.
I'm on the Phillies.
Yeah. Well, he tweeted sign JT today, which, you know, the only other thing that would have been cooler is if he like photoshopped himself into the pandemic crew. I think that would have been the only way to endear himself better.
And Sean's already telling Gene to leave now. Haven't you suffered enough?
Well, the way things work, or you know, and maybe I should, because the way things work with me is if I bail, this becomes the Flyers come out and score 4 before the middle of the period.
Dude, I've seen crazier where that game a couple years ago against Columbus, where Giroux had that backhand goal. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen a game like that since.
I've seen crazier where the Flyers, what was it, like I think it was a year or two ago, or maybe even 3 years ago at this point. They were playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think they were down either 4, 5, 6-0, and the Flyers came all the way back to tie it and then lost.
I was at that game. It was 5-1. They came back.
I was also at that.
Lost 6-5 in a shootout. Yeah, or no, it was overtime.
Yeah, they lost in overtime.
Yeah, I was at that game. I was going absolutely ballistic. I've seen crazier, but it's got to come from within here. I mean, this is bad. I'd like them to have a strong third. You know, I mean, it's
play for
something to
pride
keep in mind,
if
but
nothing else. Come out,
pot
a couple goals. You don't want to get shut out at home.
No.
You know, show a little life. You want to build some momentum. You're going to see this exact same team again next. So, you know, you don't want to leave them thinking that they've got your number.
As I said, it's a quick turnaround. You're facing them tomorrow, so
which I think ultimately is probably going to be a good thing. You know,
yeah, it is.
And
I wouldn't be surprised if the Flyers come out and net a few. You know,
and that's the
tomorrow.
Thing is, I wouldn't want to. You know, that's very much the way Buffalo came in with more to play for. I think the Flyers are going to come in tomorrow with the idea of we need to really bounce back, and you might see them come out with a different kind of energy tomorrow. You'd hope.
Oh boy, and this. I'm just thinking this down too. This is like one of the pitch perfect games where all the New Jersey Devils fans that overhype Mackenzie Blackwood and say, "Oh, Carter Hart got pulled. That means Mackenzie Blackwood is better." I hate that so much.
Do they understand their team is like a bottom feeder?
Yeah,
Does anybody else actually realize that? Or
when Mackenzie Blackwood faces 50 shots a night, yeah, I can understand why. I'm not saying Mackenzie Blackwood is bad. He's a really good goaltender. He's not better than Carter Hart.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
dude, that's such an unbelievable play by Hall, though. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a good play by Hall. And Chris Dunn just mentioned in the comments, speaking of comebacks, yeah, Flyers came back from 3-0 down against Boston. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of one of the if you ever see those top 10 lists of greatest comebacks, that's
one of them.
Always show up.
Yeah. It's funny too. I feel like that one's brought up more, even though I don't mind it at all because we're all Flyers fans right here. But when LA came back down from 3-0 in the series against San Jose in 2014, I feel like that one's not brought up as enough.
Well, I mean, the Flyers it was 3-0 in the series and 3-0 in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you either win game 4 in overtime, you shut them out in game 5, and you win a close one.
Yeah, I think
6, and then you're down, and you come all the way back like that.
Yeah, I think it was a game 5 of that series, and it was funny because the reason that I ended up getting tickets was because the guy who had the tickets was like, "Well, this series is over. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it's a playoff game. You know, even if we lose the series, maybe we win the game." And so I ended up being at game 5, or what had turned out to be the one
in Boston.
I get maybe then maybe it was a game 6 then.
Was it game 4 or 6?
It was at home, so it must have been. It was not game 7. So
okay.
Yeah, 5 and 7. It was either 4 or it was 6 because 5
must have been 6. It was after. Yeah, I think it must have been 6.
Yeah. I had the luck of being at every single playoff home game that year, especially the one where Kane scored. So, yeah, that game's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily a hockey fan at that time, as I was only 7, but yeah, I think that would haunt me too.
Well, showing my age, what caused my flyer fandom sort of to fully come into bloom was Hextall scoring in a Capitals playoff series.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was in I was in 6th grade when the Flyers went to the finals in 2010.
Yeah, I was in 2nd.
Oof. Yeah, that shows our age differences right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was teaching 6th graders when in 2010. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm the old fart.
Wow.
I think one time it was funny too on the on the previous watch party on Friday. Tyson joined us for a little bit here, and Tyson, he lives on the West Coast, but he originally grew up in Ontario, I think, and he's a Maple Leafs fan. So he knows the pain and misery of the Maple Leafs, and he was pissed on Friday because they lost to Ottawa. He was pissed.
I don't blame him. That was the 5-3 game, right?
Yeah, that was the 5-3 game.
Yeah, I think they won 3-2 the next night.
Yeah, he was wearing his Toronto jersey. He said he was like flipping back and forth, or he had like the 4 TV setup the entire night.
Wow.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good game.
It was.
Oh man, can I start this period already? Jesus.
Hopefully. And we got a previewing tomorrow's game right there. Tomorrow's a 7 p.m. game.
Yeah, they're back to 7 tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully Chris can bring them some luck since he's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Now, was it 7:30, or is this actually a national game?
It's on it's on NBCSN. That's why it's at 7:30 because the Islanders.
I mean, obviously, I'm watching the local coverage, but I didn't know if it had actually.
Yeah, the Islanders Bruins game was at 5, so they put this one at 7:30 to give the little extra window to.
Yeah.
Because of the holiday. Yeah, because of the holiday.
Yeah.
They're trying to
4 games on NBCSN today.
Showing a little appreciation to Doc Emmerich and Bill Clement.
Oh, that's great. I'm watching a BMW commercial.
Oh, look at a young Bill Clement, man.
Young Bill Clement, young Doc Emmerich. That's weird.
That is crazy. When is that? That's got to be like the mid 80s. It looks
Gotta
like 87, 88.
Wow.
It's so weird to not hear Bill Clement, though. I mean, that guy, I grew up with being able to hear Gene Hart on the radio, but on TV, man, Bill Clement was the voice as far as I was concerned. Like he's what hockey sounds like.
And then Gary Thorne on the net with him paired with Gary Thorne on the national broadcast.
Yeah.
They were still on ESPN. Sadly, I was too young to even remember those games because they switched to NBC after the lockout.
Oh, I remember. There was a stretch of my life where the only hockey games I could actually watch were the PHL road games. And otherwise, I'd have to listen on the radio. All the home games I had to listen to on the radio, or when I got a little older, I was able to watch Prism. People forget that it was more than just porn on Prism. You could also watch hockey games.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I was like thinking, did he say porn?
Did you guys even know the whole Prism situation? It was basically like it was like a Flyers own network. It was basically put together to show Flyers and Sixers games, and then they showed movies. And as it got closer to the end of its life, they used to show like soft core like on Saturday nights for like 6 or 7 hours. And then
That's fabulous.
Literally the last 2 days I think that was on the air, it just was like really bad 70s skin flick for like 24 straight hours. And then it went off the air. It was like signing off, dudes.
Oh, okay.
Philly 57, yeah, that was where you would see the West Coast game. I mean, the only I only ever saw the Flyers in their road colors. It was a crazy time the way that the TV situation was set up.
Yeah, when I grew up, geez, I'm trying to remember. It was still CSN then when it would change to
right?
7. Yeah, Versus. It was before Versus. It was OLN. I forgot about when it was originally that.
Mm-hmm.
What was OLN? Was it the Outdoor
Life Network?
Jesus.
Yeah, it was you get your occasional hockey game, or else like people like machine gunning hogs in Texas from a helicopter.
Wasn't that a Canadian channel though, the Outdoor Life Network? Or
I think so, yeah. But I think it was all tied into the Comcast. It was like the standard Comcast package.
Yeah, that was
weird. But that was one of the things I had never seen such a thing. But basically, they had like Rambo style M60s mounted on a helicopter, and they were just mowing down wild hogs in some field. And I was like, this does not seem like a sport to me. This seems like slaughter.
And then Lawrence asked the question, Gene, are you in your 40s?
I mean, I am. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right on the nose, 40. I seriously am showing my age here. But hang on, because Potadelphia is going to be on after this. It's 3 of us in our 40s. If you want to get into some deep cuts about Prism, and
I think you should lead off with Prism.
Yeah,
and we have a whole episode called because something like it was more than just softcore in the afternoons. It was all about Prism. Our first episode ever was all about mascots. Still has the most listens ever.
Oh boy, I forget. I'm trying to think. Like, what's the most listened? I think the most listened Florida podcast has to be the one with Derek Suttlemeyer on it.
It's either that one or it's the one after Game 6.
Or that one, maybe.
We had a bunch that have checked us out after we had Down Goes Brown on. I don't know if you guys have seen his stuff. He's one of the more brilliant columnists or Twitter guys that works out of Canada, like encyclopedic knowledge. So there's a shout out to Sean out there, and you'll find him on Twitter at Down Goes Brown. If you like hockey, you will love his stuff. So
it's funny. I'm just looking for the comment section right here. Everyone's having their own little. They're geeking out over Prism back in the day.
I'm telling you, man, it was.
I'm gonna pull up the comment section on my phone so I can give myself a couple laughs, so I don't get too
before the internet, man. Prism and what it was the only thing you needed in life, really.
Yeah, and everyone for watching this live stream right now. Yeah, don't forget if you're tired of watching this pain and misery of the Flyers game, don't forget to check out the Potadelphia, which is premiering on TPL for the first time at 10 p.m. on TPL's YouTube channel. So don't forget to check them out.
I've got my Flyers jersey on now, but I think I'm gonna have to switch to my Prism T-shirt for Potadelphia tonight, just to keep the momentum going. I think we've touched a nerve.
Yeah, no more Flyers gear for the rest of the night. We can only wear Flyers.
I feel like I've got my. This is my favorite current. Maybe my favorite current uniform in Philadelphia is the black Flyers alternate. It looks great in my opinion. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to put it in put it through like the wash and spin cycle to get the stink off of it from this game. It's the first time I've worn it this year. I actually got it specifically.
Burn it.
I'm not gonna burn it.
Just burn it because they lost.
I'll burn my Wentz jersey before I do that.
Oh, God.
No. But I got this specifically for the Stadium Series game against Pittsburgh, which was one of the greatest live sporting events I've ever attended. Sat in the rain, watched the Flyers come back in overtime. It was a great game.
Yes. I was at that game too. It was sad. Thankfully, I wasn't in the rain. I was like, we're in the upper bleachers in the link where it's like that overhead is covering some of the seats, on top. Yeah, that's where we were sitting at, and we were thankfully not getting drenched by the rain.
Yeah, no, we were a little exposed, not quite completely, but
I sat inside in the warmth that night.
Yeah, that was probably smart.
And wanted to rip my hair out and jump up and down at the same time.
I had a good old buddy of mine that went to that game too. If people in this chat and Chris knows him as Hunter Brody, he was the schmuck that left the game early.
Yeah, that was not the game to leave early. That's I'll never understand. That's like those. I sort of understand the Los Angeles idea of showing up late, or if you ever watch a Miami Heat game, back when they were allowed to have, back in the before times when fans were allowed to go to games, you watch a Heat game during the LeBron era, and fans wouldn't show up until the second quarter. But I never understand leaving early. I don't know, especially
I never understand
baseball
it.
games.
You pay all that money to leave early.
Yeah, really, you want to beat the traffic?
Like I could understand if you're like getting drenched in the rain and you can't find cover, but like he even said that in his post game like review of the game. He was like, I'm gonna admit something that I have never done before. I did the one thing that you're not supposed to do. I left the game early.
Yeah. Well, and especially an arena game. If you're at a Sixers game or a Flyers game, like, come on, traffic's not even that bad.
No, people. Me and my father have season tickets to the game. Like when the Flyers are like losing like 3-0 at the end of the second period, you'll see people start walking down and leaving.
Yeah, that's a phenomenon. I don't get to enough games to be leaving early. You know what I mean? Like it's, every time still a special occasion, especially a Flyers game, man. My whole childhood, my father doesn't love hockey the way that I do. He doesn't even, he like barely tolerates it. He's an Eagles, Phillies fan. That's his 4 for 4.
Eagles, Phillies.
But because I loved hockey, I sort of was able to convert him a little bit. But every year for Christmas, I was always like, I want a Santa sack. I want Flyers tickets. But my dad didn't want to go to a Flyers game. So I didn't get to go to my first game until like I met this really rich kid in like junior high school, and his dad was a lawyer and had season tickets. So then I remember not really liking him all that much, but sucking up to him all the time because I really wanted him to take me to a Flyers game. So they finally did, and it was like one of Lindros. I mean, it was either Lindros's rookie year or the year after, and he was a scratcher. He was hurt. I finally get to go to a Flyers game, and I think it was a 5-0. Oh, I know what it was. It was like a 3-3 tie. That was back when they would still have ties. So I was like getting my first Flyers game. I get to watch somebody end up in a tie.
Jeez,
brutal.
I went to the alumni game a couple years ago when they had the outdoor game in Pittsburgh, the 50th anniversary alumni game at Wells Fargo, and it was a 3-3 tie. I was like,
"Yeah,
are you serious?"
Out of all the finishes,
yeah. Even like with an alumni game, they'd go to a shootout.
Yeah. Well, bury that. Nice.
Is it 4-1, please?
No, it's not.
Oh my God.
They were scrambling in front of the net, and Giroux or Hayes could not bury it.
Of course they couldn't.
It looks like Konechny's out there, but Giroux and Hayes right now.
I was gonna say I think they made that switch.
Okay, let's see this replay. Where's the puck at? How close were they to burying it? No one could bury it. Okay. Yeah, G in front of the net. Can't get all of it. Or can Konechny. Oh, boy. Yeah. Not winning the puck battles.
Oh.
17 chances to 9 in favor of Buffalo.
Holy hell.
All right, well, I'm going to hop off. You guys, it was great hanging with you guys.
You too.
Get ready for Potadelphia. So, everybody, we're going to get rolling probably about 10 o'clock. So, if you feel like watching, we'll be there. And hopefully I'll see you guys, one of these watch parties again. This was a lot of fun for me. So, I'm going to hop on again and keep you company. Hopefully it'll be a better game.
Yeah, definitely. We'll most likely be doing another one tomorrow. Here at TPL, we do it for every game, so you have a lot of games to choose from.
Okay. All right. Well, if I'm around, I'll hop in for a bit tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Talk to you guys. Bye.
Have a good night, man.
Enjoy your pod.
Yeah, for people that are here at the live stream, definitely go check out Potadelphia at 10 p.m.
Yeah. This is piss poor.
And now it's the Florida podcast bunch right here. Ugh, this is just...
Whew. Woo, man. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to start off my video looking at this wall. It's going to be absolutely hilarious, but it's going to be so... my God. Take their bounds to save their life.
Yeah, Fairby's on the line with Patrick and JVR, it looks like.
I haven't even put a note down for this.
Yeah, and Lawrence just asked, you are allowed to rot an egg in a 56 game season, right? Yeah, you're definitely going to have those games where you don't have it, but like especially in a 56 game season, you can't have too many of them.
No, because if not, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good save, Moose. Skate. Like, how many times do you think Ristolainen's made that hit?
Too many.
Like, he's literally just caught somebody with their head down and hit them.
Yep.
At least 3 times. Jake, TK, and then Farabee on that one.
Yeah, I would say this game is more of a wake-up call for them. You played Pittsburgh, you won 2 games. They were sloppy games, but you managed to beat them because you were able to score. Okay, this game you got exposed a little bit. Wake-up call.
Yep, 100%. I would like to see a goal. I really don't. I already know that they're losing this game, but a goal would not make it any easier to swallow, but I don't want to get shut out in the third game.
Lawrence, when I can understand the entire sense of like, okay, you're coming off because you're sweeping a rival in the Pittsburgh Penguins, but you got to look at the big picture right here. So you got Buffalo coming into this game. They lost both of their first
games. 2 games they most likely could have won, and I think the one game had the empty netter. The other was 2-1.
Yeah, they lost both of their first games against Washington, and then the Flyers coming off of 2 wins right here. The Buffalo was going to be the team that wanted to set the tone because they don't want to go down 0-3 on the season.
I mean, none of that necessarily means that the Flyers have a reason to play bad, but it just means that it makes sense why Buffalo is winning this game 4-0.
Yes.
Like I just don't understand why it's the same trend in every game so far. It's a bad second period. You can't get settled into the first, and the third isn't looking like what it did the last 2 games. They finished it out in the third, and then the third now they can't do a damn thing.
Nope.
I don't know.
And then Chris Dunn brings up, every point counts, but when you can learn about this loss and this game and get better. Yeah, learn from this game, move forward, because you gotta bounce back tomorrow night. And I think that's why there's a benefit of playing exactly tomorrow night. Come back for revenge, because you got a tough schedule the rest of the month. You got this last game against Buffalo. You got 2 games against Boston this weekend.
Got
New Jersey next week, and then the Islanders to close out the month.
Yep. Listen, this was going to happen.
Yeah.
They were not going to go 56-0.
No.
But this does not mean that this is very similar to the start of last season.
Yeah.
You're 2-0. You play good, but not great in both games. And then they just lost 4 straight. Now, that can't happen this year, because if it does, they're screwed. But they cannot lose tomorrow night and the next 2 against Boston.
No.
No, I don't think that will happen, but
I don't think that's going to happen either.
no. I mean, that's just comparing it to last season. But, again, I've said it so many times, there's no margin for error. None.
No.
You can't keep playing like this every night. And I don't want it to sound like an overreaction, because it's really not. And again, I'm not mad. It's just like this can't keep happening where like you have stretches of a game where you don't necessarily play good at all.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they switched to the D pairs too. They got Sanheim with Provorov.
They do.
I guess Myers is with Gus.
I see Myers out on the ice right now. Yeah, Myers is out there with Gustafsson.
Why would Gustafsson get pushed up after how bad he's played?
Got to shake it up somewhere, I guess.
I mean, he probably doesn't have any more of a choice, but oh my God. Did you see that almost go in?
Yeah, I saw that almost go in.
Holy hell.
See, that's the one thing with this defensive core too. There's like so many guys that like to get up into the play. Provorov likes to get up into the play.
I really wish Gus would have just shot that puck.
Yeah. Myers likes to get up into the play. Sanheim gets up into the play. Gustafsson gets up into the play. The only 2 people that really don't get up into the play is Braun and Haig.
Dude, even Freeman likes to get into the play.
Yeah.
Ah! Fucking Frost. Damn it. Like, I just, oh, this is pissing me off. Like, and that's a breakaway the other way if Stahl gets that puck.
And Hutton with the easy save. Oh. Wow.
Is it 5-0?
No, I just watched that replay on that one play where the puck almost went into the net from bouncing it off the boards.
Wow, I'm behind.
And I saw Elliott barely get a stick on it.
Yeah. Oh, Farabee, damn it. Oh, my God.
And I think if you also look at this right here, too, in the first 2 games of the season, you scored 11 goals. They were going to put up a low-scoring night eventually.
Yeah. Jesus, that bounce. You imagine if Sanheim just tapped it in? Oh, my God. Any other comments?
Steven, yes, the Flyers did practice without Coots.
Yeah,
You have to find a way to put the lines together, so you have to practice without them. It's not like they went into this game just without practicing with them. That wouldn't make sense. It's just simple explanation of this game. Didn't have it. They didn't have it today.
No, and you're bound to come up with a goose egg every once in a while. I mean, this early in the season, I'm not too sure, but again, you got to look at it in a grand scheme of things, of Buffalo's standpoint too. So they go on the road for the first time this season. They're already lose the first 2 games at home. I mean, if that doesn't say chip on your shoulder, I really don't know what does.
Yep, this team's got to find a way to be better 5-on-5. They can't keep coughing the puck up.
Yeah, their 5-on-5 play's not been good. And it's funny, Boston hasn't scored a 5-on-5 goal yet.
They haven't?
Every goal they scored has been a power play goal.
Jeez.
Actually, no. They had a shorthanded goal
Oh.
on Saturday.
So they scored only on special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't Pasternak not playing for them right now?
He's hurt.
Yeah, I think he's not even expected back till maybe February.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I may have to back out of this one a couple minutes early so I can get on the Zoom after.
Yeah, that's fine. What time did they say? Like what time you have to be on the Zoom or something like that? Or
I have no idea. I just want to make sure I'm on so I get in.
Gotcha.
I'm not expecting AV to be a happy camper, so I really have to think of a good question here so he isn't, Let me think of a question.
Make sure it's going to be AV, and then you know what players are going to be on the question board for tonight.
I was going to ask AV a question, not
Gotcha. Oh, look at Darlene trying to get up into the play.
Obviously, one of the main things is going to be Frost.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
We got a
friggin' bounce.
We got a $4.99 donation from Bobby Stevens. Thank you there, Bobby. He says, "I'm more worried about the effort than the odds of we're not going to win every game. This team looks like they look slow, no energy, no effort, no, and a pathetic game." Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the donation right there, Bobby. But it's just, it's at this point, and they just scored again. It's 5-0.
Oh, come on! Let me watch this breakdown. There we go. Come on, boys. Oh.
Boy. AV's pissed.
Did you expect him to be happy?
No.
Holy shit.
How the hell did this go in?
Tell me it's a seeing eye shot.
Oh my god, he literally just threw it towards the net.
Oh my god.
And there's like 50 people in front of Elliott. And it went off Gustafson's skate.
Oh, of course it did.
Oh my god.
Are you? Oh my god! Wow, that's a visual description of this game.
Oh my god, this is bad.
Holy hell!
I guess we could say the bright side is it can't get any worse.
Oh god, this is just like the WWE announcer. My God, it has to be dead. Stop the match. Jesus.
Jeez.
Wow, that is just like.
Why is Braun up in the play? Can you just get a? Oh my goodness!
Like, why are two guys going to the puck? Oh my god! That like the Mites on Ice could play better right now, and they don't even have the Mites on Ice this year. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh, I thought Hag was just going to send a howitzer and then a net there.
Oh, now they're making fun of Voracek in the comments.
Oh, of course they are. I'm waiting for a Voracek comment.
It's already. Steve already said it. Voracek. Yep.
As if this game has anything to do with Jake Voracek. Wow. Look at Justin Braun on the forecheck. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. This game is just bad. It's just bad.
Wow.
I mean, boys, do we honestly even need a post-game report after this live stream?
Yeah, I told you I'm going to do it facing the wall, so we'll see how that goes. What a snipe by Yogi Haru. Oh, the dude sends an absolute meatball to the front of the net. It just trickles in. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Reinhardt trying for the hat trick. He misses the net. Getting run, and there's a penalty on the Flyers. Good joy.
Oh, wow. Let's just make matters worse. Let me guess. Was it another offensive zone penalty? They've only taken 6 of those in the 3 games.
A defensive zone penalty.
Oh, of course it was. I don't know. I'm not even taking notes right now.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be something different tomorrow. I think lineup wise. I don't know. Do you think AV makes the change on defense? Do you think is Friedman's on the roster, right?
He's yeah.
Do you think Friedman gets a chance crack tomorrow?
I don't know if it goes that far, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go Provy Myers.
I wouldn't be surprised either there.
Yeah, I think the title of this video is going to be Goose Egg.
Ooh,
I don't really have a word or phrase that describes this game unless it's either shit. And I'm not putting shit in the video title, so I don't necessarily know how to.
Lawrence writes AV in 15 minutes. I wasn't even going to answer your question, Christopher, you weasel. Oh boy. Man, I hope Hartsey lays it out in post game too.
Professional way of laying it out.
Well, he did accidentally drop the curse bomb during one of the intermission reports.
What did he say?
I think he said shit during they played like shit in this. I think it was like Friday's game when he said that.
He said shiny. He meant this. It sounded like he said shitty. I know what you're talking about. Somebody, Taryn put like in all caps, "Shiny people, shiny." I was like, oh my god.
Yep, penalty on Phil Myers.
Oh my god. Holy hell.
Yep, for sure. He literally fell into his stick, man. Come on.
Ugh.
A little bit overselling it right there.
Nothing like giving him a goal where the puck glides over your glove, Moose. Wow.
And then it goes off Augustus's skate. And blast from the points. Glove saved by Elliott.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is only the second power play for Buffalo. It's honestly, they felt like they were on the power play the entire game.
Well, then the good news, they didn't take as many penalties. But they're down 5-0. Oh my
And then
god.
Ed comments, after watching this, I'm ready for a Drano cocktail.
Oh, cocktail. Let me guess, my dad commented that?
Yes.
Of course he did.
And then Steven said, we're flyered down right now, not flyered up.
Yo, this is like the flyer die meme. It's like, guess I'll die.
I guess I'll die tonight. Yeah, I think they chose die tonight, not fly.
Yeah. Jesus.
This is the flyer down podcast for tonight.
Yeah.
We're not flyered up today,
We're not flyered up today.
but don't worry. Bright and early tomorrow we'll be flyered up once again. Don't worry about it. Brush this game off. We got another game tomorrow.
Yup. Oh my god. Wow. This is
Yeah, Carter Hutton having the easiest game of his life. Whew. Yeah, I can't wait for AV's presser.
yeah. Of course, the first time I got to go on the fucking presser, AV's going to be livid. Like, Hayes, what was that? Oh my god.
They're overthinking everything.
Oh my god, that's the second time.
It's like I said earlier. First two games against Pittsburgh, there were sloppiness in those games, but they managed to win those games because they scored a lot. Today, they're getting exposed. Which means it's a wake-up call.
Oh. Wow. Wow. That's oh.
I save Elliott. Come on, boys.
No idea what we're talking about. I'm gonna stop it right now.
Currently 9 seconds left in the power play.
Did they kill it off?
Yeah, they're killing it off. Yeah, they just killed it off. Steven says Roman Czechmonic would spice things up right now. No, he would not.
Is it 6-0?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Roman Czechmonic was a... I know Czechmonic had really good regular seasons, but he was terrible in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
Come on, boys. Can you just get one to at least lay off the goose egg? Like, I'm literally just asking you to score one goal. That's all I'm asking. Ooh, boy. One more break. Final break of the night.
They go to commercial again?
Yep.
Oh my god, I gotta dread this on. Jesus. Oh, Patrick. Wow.
Yeah, this is definitely not a it's not a good night.
Oh my god. Wow. Just like it's literally laughable. Like it's funny. Wow.
I don't know. Maybe yelling is the waypoint to go for a video.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not like this is the 8th game in a row.
Yeah, no. Okay, boys, can we speed this game up? Can we just end the game? Can we please just call it right here? Wave the white
I'm
towel.
looking at the comments, and the Flyer down one is the best one. Jesus Christ.
Player of the game goes to Sam Reinhart.
Who?
Sam Reinhart's getting Chevrolet player of the game.
He only had 2 open net goals.
Yeah.
He essentially scored on 2 empty nets.
Yeah. Wait, what are the shot totals right now?
Don't know. Really don't care either, to be honest. I have no idea. I'm assuming Buffalo's out shooting them for the 3rd straight game.
Oh, definitely. Lindblom coming up the ice. Saved by Hutton. There we go. Shots on goal, 34-21 in favor of Buffalo. When were they able to pass games? I want to see these. 20 shots on Friday against Pittsburgh. $27 shots on Wednesday.
I think the only positive out of this one, as I'm texting somebody right now, is you play them again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is the only positive from
this
this
game.
game.
The only positive. You have a chance for revenge tomorrow.
Maybe this is a wake-up call.
That's what I've been saying. This is a wake-up call for them.
Like, okay, boys, like, we lost Coots. We lost our number 1 center. We can't get as much possession. Let's wake up here and let's go into these next 3 games and play
for our goaltenders.
Yeah.
Because, Elliott and Hart have been left out to dry tonight.
Yep. Shoot, Myers. Fuck.
2.5 minutes left. It's almost over. It's almost over.
God.
It's almost over.
Jesus. Did you see me when you said it's almost over?
No, I did not.
I was like, oh my God. Oh, I'm waiting for Skinner to score.
Oh my God, they scored.
Flyers?
Yes. All by Kubel.
Ah, yeah. Sweet mother of pearl. It's 5-1. I still have hope.
4 goals in the final 2 minutes. Is it possible?
I'm still at 2:30, so let's see this one. Let's see this absolute yank by NAK.
It's not a yank at all.
Yeah, I really don't care. Let's just watch this one. Well, at least they're off the Schneid.
Yeah. Ooh, is there a penalty on Buffalo? Can we make it 5-2? Here comes the comment section mounting a comeback. Can we come back in this game, boys?
Oh my God.
Oh, is someone hurt for Buffalo? Never mind. It's a power play for Buffalo. Not for the. Albert Kubel, what are you doing? You literally score a goal, and then you punch Darlene in the face.
That's a nice pass from Raffle.
And it's a 4-minute. It's a 4-minute double minor.
Are you kidding me?
God.
Oh my God. You ever see the meme of the guy with like his head up his ass? That's how they're playing right now. Like I mean, literally, like he's bent over and his head is up his ass.
Oh my god. I think now we know how TPL feels when they live stream the Eagles this season.
Jesus Christ, I can only imagine that.
I mean, I was on a few of those, and I knew how it felt.
NAK's taking a lot of stupid penalties.
Yes, he is.
He's had a couple. He had 2 penalties last game.
And they score.
Oh, yay!
Who the hell is who's number 68?
Olafson.
Olafson, okay.
Let me guess, it's an absolute ripper on a one-timer.
No, it was not. It was a nice setup, though.
Of course.
Yeah, NAK, think about your life when you're in that penalty box, buddy.
Oh my God. Wow.
Now Steven's excited because he called the score of the game 6-1.
In favor of Buffalo?
I don't think he was trying to go in that direction, but I think he got the score right. Just it was the wrong teams. Oh boy. Yeah, people, I think you should go check out the Potadelphia that's broadcasting on TPL right now. It's probably better than watching the rest of this Flyers game. Oh, God.
Same, Dad. Same.
What do you say?
Just heard my dad go, "What the fuck?"
17 seconds, 16, 15. It's almost over 14. 13, 10 seconds left. We're almost done.
Is it 7-1 yet?
Nope. His game's over. 3, 2, 1, game over.
All right. Well, I'm not even watching till the end of the buzzer. TV's off. That sucked.
Do you want to do a quick post-game report just to knock it out of the park?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, people, we'll be right back in a couple seconds. We're going to start our post-game recap. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Flyers versus Buffalo Sabres post-game report here on the Painted Lines. I am Amadeo Grassi. You can go follow me over at Twitter at Amadeo Grassi98. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Christopher Mayer, co-host of the Florida podcast. You can follow him on Twitter at _Chris Mayer and subscribe to his YouTube and Instagram channels. Flyers Fan Mania 93. Definitely go check that out. So the Flyers get out utterly embarrassed by the Buffalo Sabres today by a score of 6-1. They just look terrible. This game was absolutely trash, and that there's really nothing more to say. The Flyers got really exposed in this game. This is a wake-up call. This is a definite wake-up call. They were sloppy a little bit in the 2 games against Pittsburgh, but they won those games. They managed to score. Tonight, they couldn't generate anything whatsoever, and they got completely outplayed. So, Chris, what are your thoughts on this game?
Wow, that was bad. Where do I begin, dude? Like, from turnovers to sloppy play in your own zone to not shooting enough to just, I mean, literally, like, if I were to sit here on this, I'd have to face this way. Like, that's how half the goals were tonight. You know, it's just like, come on. It just seemed like they played this game with their head in their ass. That's just pretty much what it was. And again, I don't mean to curse, but it's just move on. You play them tomorrow, wake up and move on.
Yep.
The game's over. Move on.
Yeah, that is the only I guess that's the only positive you can take away from this game. You play Buffalo directly tomorrow night on the back-to-back 7 p.m. start. I would assume Brian Elliott does get the start in that, even though Carter Hart was pulled in this game after Buffalo made it 4-0. And you can't blame it all. You can't blame anything on Carter Hart. He kept the Flyers in the game in the first period. Buffalo just ran away with it in the second period, and the Flyers left Carter Hart out to dry.
Oh my God! I think Hutton could have read a book back there. Like, Jesus, that was just abysmal, horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yes,
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, basically this post-game report is basically short and sweet because there's really nothing to talk about with this game. The Flyers just look absolutely terrible, turned the puck over. They look completely lost the entire game and just got outplayed. Outplayed is the simple answer to this game. Simple answer. And there's really not much to talk about. Basically, everyone on this team did not play good. The goaltenders were the only ones to show up. The team left them out to dry. Yeah, Nicholas Aube-Kubel got a crunch time goal. Nothing really matters right there. He did take a 4-minute penalty literally right after it, so Buffalo made it 6-1. So it's terrible game. Terrible overall game. And there's really not much else to say. The Flyers, they have to bounce back tomorrow. And like we said, this is a wake-up call. We said this many times during the watch party tonight. This is a definite wake-up call. So I think this is going to do it here for us here at the Painted Lines. Definitely stay tuned with us. Also, Potadelphia is live over there right now. Definitely go check them out. Definitely some exciting stuff right there. Don't forget to stick with us for the Flyer Up podcast. We're definitely going to have a podcast in the next day or so recapping these next couple of games against the Buffalo Sabres. Then looking forward ahead against the Boston Bruins. And also, don't forget to follow us on our different social media pages. Subscribe, comment, like, and subscribe here at the Painted Lines. Don't forget to check out our own social media pages, mine and Chris's. My Twitter, Amadeo Gracia98. Chris's _Chris Mayer. Don't forget to follow our separate YouTube channels. TTP Sports for me, Flyers Fan Mania 93 for Chris. And just any last-minute thoughts right here, Chris, before we end it here off.
You play them tomorrow. That's all I got.
Simple answer. Simple answer. So, thank you for everyone that joined the watch party today. Thank you for everyone that stuck with us during this entire crapshoot. And we will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's watch party.